Param, pam. Ahí. Ahí. Vale. Reanudar. Vale. Vamos a poner el chat por aquí. Esto aquí. Oh, qué susto. Durante un segundo no respondió y me asusté mucho. Voy a beber agua. Y me encuentro con... La nacional de la situada al norte de las personas para descansar y aprevisionar. Y aprevisionaros. Vale. Estaba pensando... Oh. Vale. Vale. Ok. Muy bien. Estaba pensando en... porque, a ver. Hay varias... A ver. Voy a esperar a que venga gente para poder explicarlo y tal. Si no, no tendría su gracia. Empieza tu prueba gratuita de Prime Gaming. Oh, puedo probar una versión. Igual lo hago y le doy dinero a Esparta. No sé. Igual lo hago, quién sabe. Oh, no. Ya tengo en la cabeza que. Ya tengo en la cabeza que. Vale. A ver esto un momento. Un momento, a ver. Quiero ver si se escucha bien. Ya. Acá. Pollo. Moco. Veo. Pollo. Vale. Moco. Veo. Vale. Ok. Tenemos todo bien, ¿no? Vale, voy a echar un vistazo a ver si Katy puede entrar, porque la pobre últimamente está teniendo mucho problema para entrar. A ver, ¿qué me dice? ¿Me ha escrito algo, creo? Creo que me ha escrito algo. Me sigue escribiendo cosas, creo. Ah, no. A ver. Ey. Vale, pues voy a salir de aquí. Voy a entrar aquí. Y si cuela, cuela. Y si no cuela, pues no cuela. Si no cuela, no cuela. Vale. Vamos esto. Espera. Muy bien. Creo yo, llámenme loco, creo yo que esta serie va a joderme un poco. Yo creo que esta serie me va a joder un poco, ¿eh? Vale, bueno, pues lo que voy a hacer es comentar la amistad con Alistair mientras.
What do you need?
Voy a preguntarte algo.
Ask away.
Háblame sobre los guardias grises.
Such as they are.
No.
About the Grey Wardens, anyhow.
No, porque esta pregunta, si mal no recuerdo, te restaba amistad con él. Voy a preguntarte algo.
Ask away.
¿Cómo te convertiste en guardia gris?
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you?
Jaja, gracias.
I do my best. What can I say? Let's see, I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills.
Eso mencionaste antes. Y que son... A ver, no parece una persona religiosa.
You're telling me I was banished to the kitchens to scour the pots more times than I can count.
Hola, ahora vengo, ok.
That's a lot. I can count pretty high. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she... ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky.
Dice Edita Venadunca, ¿crees que esto es mejor que ser un templario? ¿Por qué quería tener que ser sacerdotita? Sacerdotita.
It's not as if she valued me highly. I think she just didn't want to give anything to the Grey Wardens is all. The Chantry didn't lose much. And I think I can do more fighting the Blight anyhow, rather than sitting in a temple somewhere. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I wouldn't have.
Fue un buen hombre.
He was. A good man who didn't deserve his fate. That much I'm sure of. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking.
Bien. Creo que lo podría haber hecho mejor. Bueno, no
What do you need?
Quiero preguntarte algo.
Ask away.
¿Dijiste que te quería el Archdemon?
Did I say that? I meant the dog strains, giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfells, a whole pack of them, in fact.
Eso explica el olor.
Well, it wasn't until I was 8 that I discovered you didn't have to lick yourself clean. Old habits die hard, you know.
Perfectamente, yo. No dejes de eso. ¿Crees que viendo no voy a hacer todo eso? Eso me explicaría lo del aliento.
And my table manners too. Though, come to think of it, they weren't all that different from the other Templars. Or did I dream all of that? Funny the dreams you'll have when you sleep on a cold, hard ground, isn't it?
Se me convirtió en un guardería. Oh, espera.
Point taken. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Archdemon wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
¿A tu padre? ¿Entonces sabes quién es? Imagino que entonces le culpaste por ello. ¿Por qué te enviaron a la capilla?
Archdemon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, the new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10, just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
¿Y no era correcto crear criarse a un huérfano? Es horrible hacer cosas en crío. Posiblemente hayas tenido más suerte que la mayoría de los huérfanos.
Maybe. She felt threatened by my presence, I can see that now. I can't say I blame her. She wondered if the rumors were true herself, I bet. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Isle came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stuck. I hated it there and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just...
¿Nunca les ha pasado que se han portado mal con alguien que era buena persona solo porque era un niño? Era joven.
And raised by dogs. Or I may as well have been, the way I acted. But maybe all young bastards act like that. I don't know. All I know is that the Arl is a good man and well loved by the people. He also was King Caelan's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did.
Yep.
Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
Qué bueno, vale. Pues ahora es partida. Después de dar regalos y tal, yo solamente estoy aumentando la amistad con como se puede. Ahora guardo por si meto la pata.
What do you need?
A ver, me gustaría preguntarte algo.
Ask away.
¿Por qué seguiste con los templarios y llevas la capilla?
Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring.
En ese caso deberías haberte hecho mago. Creo que los templarios llevan... Oh, creo que nunca te he visto con el puesto.
I keep it hidden under my pillow. Sometimes I'll take it out just
¿Qué tal, tío? Es la leche.
Brings a tear to the eyes, you know.
¿Y cuál es el verdadero motivo? Así que sigues un templario con tus chistes. Así es como evitas las preguntas con humor, ¿no? ¿Todos los templarios hacen chistes o solo eres tú?
Oh, you know, between all the guilt and the hours spent in solemn prayer, any good Templar or priest is just bursting to tell a few good jokes when the opportunity arises. You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
La verdad es que no quiero saberlo. Entonces me intentaste algo más interesante. No, si solo te de estúpido chiste, no tienes preguntarme, simple que sea. Entonces me intentaste algo más interesante.
You know, I like the way you think. You're all right. If you're really curious, then I'll tell you. The truth of the matter is that I did hate going to the monastery. The initiates from poor families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Archdemon had cast me off unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. But I took some solace in the training itself, I guess. I was actually quite good at it.
Creo que lo entiendo.
Using the abilities I have came after years of education and discipline that was difficult
Sí.
to achieve, if rewarding. The sword training and religious doctrine all came later. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful for when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up. What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home?
No, yo no tengo los ciclos de tierra fue mayor durante mucho tiempo. Hemos hablado de cualquier sitio en el que plante campamento. Soy viajero. No, ya no.
We won't always be traveling like this, you know. Once the war is over, once the blight is... well, a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again. Though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way.
Se puede reconstruir la orden.
I suppose you're right. We can create new Grey Wardens, but we'll never get back those we lost. I wonder if it would ever feel the same. Anyhow, now I've sidetracked us. We'd better get back to what we're supposed to be doing right now.
Bien. Seguramente hay mejores formas de hacerlo, pero no pasa nada, tengo los DLC, así que voy a poder pillar los regalos supremos y tal.
What do you need?
¿Algo más?
Ask away. Such as they are.
No tengo más preguntas.
About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. What do you need?
Da igual. Vale. Pues lo estuve pensando, Katy, ¿sigues ahí? Porque a veces no hablas y me preocupo. Lo estoy pensando, vale. En este juego puedes tener varios romances, ¿de acuerdo? Puedes tener varios romances. Tú puedes ser una persona chica y puedes estar pillada por Alistair. Puedes ser un chico y estar pillado por Morrigan. Puedes ser un chico y estar pillado por otro personaje femenino que veremos más adelante. Puedes... Hay algunos personajes con los que no puedes tener romance. Puedes ser bisexual, puedes ser homosexual. Lo que a ti te dé la gana, ¿vale? Total, que puedes estar... Todo épico y yo en plan... voy a llevarme a Alistair solamente. Tú no. Vale, me las tengo que llevar todas, vale. Pues... vamos a ir... Casa de Flemeth. Lothering. Lothering, ¿no? Vamos a ver Lothering, venga, vale. ¡Ching! ¡A pelear! Siempre me ha preocupado el hecho de que la runa avanza por de aquí detrás y me preocupa que realmente avance y no avance... A ver.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Honora's regent and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
Nariz.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you.
The Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Así se hace.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Bantegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Bantegan, my father is doing what is best.
Ya estoy. Ah, vale. Es verdad que te había ido.
Your Majesty.
Pues eso, hay varios tipos de romance en el juego. Yo. Mis oídos. Mis oídos, Dios mío, vale. Eso, que hay varios tipos de romance, ¿de acuerdo? En mi caso, estaba pensando en irme con otro personaje femenino que aparece después, pero, Dios mío. Ahí está. ¡Qué bonito! Vale.
Darkspawn approach.
Vale. ¡Wow! Vale, a ver. Primero.
Right.
Muy bien. A este amigo de aquí. Muy bien. Perfecto. ¿Alguno está chungo? No. Vamos allá. ¡Oh, la experiencia para mí! ¡Toma! ¡Qué bonito! ¡Pehuito! Sí. A ver si has eso.
I think he was out there looking for you. He's chosen you. Mabari are like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
He's not mangy.
He's not mangy. Yo me quería tener un perro así. Puede que sea el destino. Sí, ya te digo. De hecho, si te hacen la partida con el humano noble, el humano tiene un perro y es ese perro. En esta cronología, en esta línea temporal, por así decirlo, ese noble ha muerto. ¿Sabes? Venga. ¿Cómo podemos llamarlo? Ser... ¿No puedo separar? ¿No? Vale, pues... Duncan. Lo vamos a llamar Duncan, porque puedo. A ver, subimos de nivel a Alistair. Vamos a poner un poquito de destreza, un poquito de constitución y fuerza, obviamente. Siguiente. Robo. Vale, vamos a poner esto. Siguiente. Tenía arma y escudo. Equilibrio protector. Venga. Ahí estamos. Vale, vamos a quitarnos esto y esto. Bien, guardando y sigamos pues. Sí. Muy bien. Llegamos al login ese, ¿no? Al sitio ese. Vale, esto de aquí, creo que esto de aquí, creo que es la ruina, avanzando. A ver. Oh.
Wake up, gentlemen. More travelers to attend to. I'd guess that fellow is the leader.
They don't look much like them others, you know. Maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
Now, is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10
No sé.
silvers and you're free to move on.
Debo escuchar también cuando somos refugiados.
What did I tell you? No wagons, and this one looks armed.
The toll applies to everyone, Henrik. That's why it's a toll, and not, say, a refugee tax.
Oh, right. Even if you're no refugee, you still gotta pay.
Ay, pobrecito. De lo listo que es tonto. Olvídalo, no pienso pagar.
Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right. We get to ransack your corpse then. Those are the rules.
¿De verdad quieres luchar contra un mago?
A mage? Ah, I don't want to be a toad.
Nobody's turning you into a toad, you sniveling bastard. But we'll, let the toll go. Just this once.
Es hora de probar algunos conjuros.
Don't turn me!
Oh, fantástico. No, a ver, no. Aquí, volvemos aquí. Este usa contra este. Venga. A ver, ahí está.
I
All right.
not be
We
defeated.
surrender. We're just trying to get by before the Darkspawn get us all.
Sale adelante, eres un criminal.
Yes, I'm a criminal. I admit it. I apologize.
I apologize. Entrega todo lo que habéis robado.
Yes, of course. The coins we collected are right here. Just over 100 silvers. The rest is in the chests we brought. I swear.
Quiero que me respondáis las preguntas.
But what could I tell you? We aren't even from these parts.
¿Qué estás haciendo últimamente?
Well, watching for folks fleeing from the south. Chasing from the wilds and farmholders, mostly. There aren't soldiers here anymore, so we help ourselves. We try not to hurt anyone too much.
¿Has quedado con superviviente de la batalla?
Couple, maybe. A group of wounded ash warriors came by earlier. Got right out of their way.
¿Qué está sucediendo en Lothering?
It's packed full. The band took his men north with Tear Loghain, so there's no one looking out for it except a few Templars at the Chantry. Well, I was just trying to feed my family, you know?
¿Qué noticias habéis oído?
Everyone's saying how the Grey Wardens betrayed the king during the Darkspawn fight. Got him and themselves killed. Tear Loghain pulled out just in time. First thing he's doing as regent is putting a bounty on Grey Wardens.
Ya no tengo más preguntas.
Well, then let me go!
Ahora morid, ¿no? Entonces empezad a correr, no regreséis.
Bless you! The Darkspawn can have this place.
Templario muerto. Vale. Tomar todo. Jejeje. Para mí. Para mí. Bien. Tengo dinero. Vale, vamos por acá.
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? What would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing?
Yo.
Right, very creepy. Forget it.
Very creepy. Ha estado muy callada, Alistair.
Yes, I know. I was just thinking.
No wonder it took so long.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
¿Cómo al respecto, Alistair?
This should be good.
I think what Flemeth suggested is the best idea. These treaties, have you looked at them?
Boobies, sí. ¿A qué te refieres?
The treaties, the ones we got from Flemeth.
Sí.
With these, we will be able to ask for assistance. Maybe even raise an army. There are 3 main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Archdemon is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
¿Por qué dejar la decisión en mis manos? ¿Qué piensas que deberíamos hacer, Morrigan?
Go after your enemy directly. Find this man Loghain and kill him. The rest of this business with the treaties can then be done in
Vas un poco loca tú, ¿no?
Yes, he certainly wouldn't see that coming, and it's not like he has the advantage of an army and experience and...
I was asked for my opinion and I gave it. If your wish is to come up with reasons why something cannot be done, we will stand here until the Darkspawn are upon us.
¿Por qué dejar la decisión en mis manos?
Well, I don't know where we should go. I'll do whatever you decide.
Now that is unsurprising.
Archdemon is a good man, but I don't know for sure he's where we should go. I'm not going to fight about it.
Entonces tenemos que encontrar. ¿Hay algún modo de ponerse en contacto con los guardiacrises?
Short of leaving for Eldon to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress. And that's thousands of miles away.
Estoy listo para irme.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
Ah, Dios mío. Vale, lo primero que voy a hacer... Vale, yo lo voy a decir ya. Es verdad que últimamente le estaba dando el romance con Leliana, pero... El primer romance que yo tuve... A ver, esto pinta bien.
Of the two of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
You find that curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to a new recruit. Is this the policy of the Grey Wardens, or simply a personal one?
What do you want to hear? That I prefer to follow? I do.
You sound so very defensive.
Couldn't you crawl into a bush somewhere?
Esto siempre se me olvida que dice eso. Podrías irte a un matorral y morirte. Se le puta coño. A ver. Vale. Es cierto que yo me iba siempre como con Leliana, que ahora la vamos a conocer dentro de poco, ¿vale? El personaje de Leliana. Pero debo decir que a pesar de que voy a llevarme a Leliana todo el rato por el simple hecho de que...
It's just a guess, but I'm thinking everyone in Lothering is aware of the approaching Darkspawn horde.
Sí. ¿Verdad?
As you wish. Back off. I have the right to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything.
It's so... Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care
to querer ayudarte?
I mention profit?
He is charging outlandish prices.
Básicamente,
things
vale.
People desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
¿Qué te estás aprovechando?
Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because
No quería hablar con esto, quería primero reclutar a Leliana porque ella es buena persona. Si tú haces buenas acciones con personajes traviesos, pues...
I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your
Creo que puede llegar a un acuerdo y así
Otherwise,
teniendo
I'm taking my
beneficio.
wagon and
¿Te parece?
perhaps, if that woman agrees, I'm allowed to charge something.
Do what you must. So
¿Está?
long as the prices do not beggar the needy.
Fine, fine, done. And since you don't look too needy, normal prices for you.
So, we have come to solve every squabble in the village personally. My, but the Darkspawn will be impressed.
Thank you for your generous.
Morrigan no está de acuerdo. Morrigan, eso es lo malo de Morrigan, que es muy malota la tía, ¿vale? Es muy mala gente. Vale, ¿dónde estaba la...? Todavía no. A ver.
What do you wish of me?
Me gustaría preguntarte algo.
If you must.
¿Cuándo te convertiste en metamorfa?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we.
Así que creo que voy a hacer el primer romance que hice, que es con Morrigan. Vale, que sí, que es mala gente. Pero el romance con ella me gusta más, me parece más agradable. El de Diana es muy superficial, la verdad.
A most amusing legend.
Entonces, ¿tu madre lleva haciendo esto desde que era último tiempo? Parece que eso es algo que te gustaría hacer.
Oh, I truly doubt that children would be worth the effort. They are filthy, smelly things full of tears and snot and trouble. That said, I cannot speak for the tastes of my mother. She has, after all, lived a very lengthy time in the wilds and done many things I know nothing of. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
¿Pasa mucho tiempo de forma animal? Nunca he oído hablar de la magia así. No, pasa mucho tiempo de forma animal.
There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary.
Pienso que además de ti, cuando te transformas, cualquiera puede convertirse en metamorfo. ¿Qué piensas de los demás animales cuando te transformas?
They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask.
¿Es todo cuanto quería preguntarte?
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
Creo que tus habilidades me parecen muy útiles. Además, hasta más tías de cosquillas. Me parece un poco repugnante. Tus habilidades me parecen muy útiles.
Oh, you're simply full of surprises,
¿Cómo sé?
aren't you? But enough of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us.
Bien, más 5. Bien, hemos compensado eso. Creo que puedo persuadir a ese niño. A ver. Tomar todo. Tomar todo. Venga. No sé lo que había ahí, pero venga. Niño.
Have you seen my mother?
¿Te has separado de tu madre?
Some mean men with swords came, and mother told me to
Oops.
run as fast as I could, so I did. She said she'd be right behind me, but I've been waiting and waiting.
Niña, tu madre creo que la palmó, niño. Oye, no creo que vaya a venir. ¿Sabes dónde está tu padre?
He went with William to the neighbours yesterday, but he didn't come back.
¿Te conviene? ¿Debes buscar a tu madre?
Mother said I wasn't to go with anyone. I'm supposed to wait for her here, in the village.
Toma, cógete y compra algo para comer. Ve a la capilla, muchacho. Alguien cuidará de ti. Toma.
A whole silver! Wow, thank you. You're a really nice man, kind of like father. I should go look for mother now.
He perdido una moneda de plata, pero he ganado el corazón de un niño.
So let's talk about your mother for a moment.
I'd rather talk about your mother.
Well, there's nothing to talk about. And besides, isn't your mother a scary... What do you need?
¡No! ¡Quería escuchar el diálogo! ¡Fuck! Quería escuchar el diálogo. Vale, creo que es ahí, ¿no?
So I take it you did not enjoy your Templar training?
That's directed at me, I take it.
¿Es ahí entonces?
Do you see any others about who have failed at their religious instruction?
I did. So terrible.
Cambia tu grupo de armas, NUM, barra alterna entre caminar y correr, y H te dice al grupo de personas si pueden moverse sin impedimentos o esperar donde están.
Well, look what we have here, men. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Loghain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about a fellow by this very description? And everyone said they hadn't seen him.
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely
Ahí está.
there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
Parece que quiere pelea. Están encantados de satisfacerle.
Right. Let's make this quick.
Muy bien. ¿Quién gritó? ¿Quién gritó? Por favor, que me responda. Vale. Vale. Venga, este aquí.
One, we surrender.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
Recuerda que eso no traicionaron al rey Kyron, fue Loghain quien lo hizo.
I was there. The turn pulled us out of a trap.
El Turn dejó morir al rey.
Wardens led the king to his death. The turn could do nothing.
Estás completamente ciego.
Please wait.
They've got no match for you. Let them be.
Lleva mensaje de Loghain.
What do you want to tell him?
In fire, sí, sí, sí. Ahora por lo que ha hecho, vamos tras él.
I'll tell him right away. Now, thank you.
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
Es maravilloso.
Are we getting a move on? Good plan. Where we will be heading then?
Pues espera que.
Oh, am I getting ahead of
Sí,
myself? Let me introduce myself.
Soy Leliana y estoy on fire por ti. Vale, este es el otro personaje con el que puedes tener el romance. ¿Quieres algo más de mí?
Those men said you're a Grey Warden. You will be battling the Darkspawn, yes? That is what Grey Wardens do.
Espera, ¿qué?
After what happened, you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
¿Y qué clase de ayuda crees que puedes necesitar ayuda? Eso es cierto.
That and the Maker wants me to go with you.
Vale, creo que ahora es cuando empiezo a alejarme muy lentamente.
I'm absolutely insane. But it's true. I had a dream. A vision.
More crazy? I thought we were all full up.
Look at the people here.
Alita no está en plan, ¿qué
And
cojones?
this darkness, this chaos will spread. The Maker doesn't want this. What you do, what you are meant to do, is the Maker's work. Let me help.
Voy a dar aquí. Necesito algo más que plegarias, me temo. Muy bien, no ya sé la ayuda que me ofrece.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you.
Gracias.
I will not let you down.
Vale, eso espero. Morrigan, te vas a quedar en casa, ¿vale?
Damnation.
Damnation es una palabrota, ¿de acuerdo? Ok. ¿Por qué? Porque yo ya soy mago, ya cumplimos la parte del mago. Este es un poco un berserker, ¿de acuerdo? Alistair también es un poco berserker y ella es una pícara. Viene bien para atacar con flecha y todo eso. Y... Vale, vamos a cambiar a ver si tengo armadura para esta mujer. Vale, tengo armadura. De acuerdo, le vamos a poner un escudo. De acuerdo, de momento. Nuevo soldado, requiere 20 de fuerza. Ella no tiene tanta fuerza. Y le ponemos armadura, cota de malla. Armadura laminada. Vale, ahí está, perfecto. Ya ahora ya peta un poco. Espera. ¡Ah! Míralas aquí. Venga, va, a ver. 660. Esto es. Ahí está. Eso ya parece más Leliana. Vale. La cara de mi personaje es perfecta, tío. Hola. Exacto, ahora ya podemos abrir estos cofres. Venga. Tomar todo. Tomar. Gracias. Vale, mi personaje tiene un fetiche con ponerse la armadura esta, tío. Yo no quiero que te la pongas. Vale. Pues nos vamos de aquí. Ahí estamos, venga, fuera. Puedo con los cortes de luz. Para guardar rápidamente pulsa F5. Para cargar la partida de... Oh, ¿puedo guardar fácilmente con F5? ¡Oh, qué bueno! Aunque la armadura ofrece una gran protección y seguridad, tiene un precio. Todo lo que sea más pesado que las ropas normales provoca cansancio, que a su vez incrementa el coste de maná o vigor de los hechizos y talentos en un porcentaje. El penalizador de las armaduras robustas como la coraza es superior al de las ligeras como la de cuero, pero algunos talentos como el talento poderoso de los guerreros puede reducir el efecto del cansancio. ¡Oh! Vale, eso no tenía ni idea de eso.
You got a bed for the night. You taken care of.
Pobrecita. En realidad era yo quien poder ayudar.
We need blades right now. We need beds, food, and an end to all these sad sots. I don't suppose you know anything of tonics, medicines, or herbs.
Un poco del balismo.
Then you may be able to do us a lot of good. All manner of travelers come through, many injured or sick. We do our best, but we're out of supplies. There's medicinal herbs in the woods to the north. If you make a few poultices, I'll scrape together some sort of payment. I'll write all you need to know in this note here. Have any luck finding herbs in the woods?
No me ha hecho falta, ten.
This will help many people. You're a good sort, you know.
Somos buena gente. A ver, hola. Alison.
Hello, stranger. I don't...
No entiendo de trampa. No entiendo, no siento.
How dare you accuse me of thievery? I saw you take the supplies from my car.
Wow. Este se llama... Sí, este...
I will not amuse you any more than I have the other humans. Leave me in peace.
¿Eres un prisionero? ¿Quién te ha puesto ahí?
I'm in a cage, am I not? I've been placed here by the Chantry.
Yo podría salir por ahí.
Your mother said he slaughtered an entire family, even the children.
It is as she says. I am Sten of the Beresad, the vanguard of the Kunari peoples.
¿Y qué estás haciendo ahí dentro? Soy Ipagin, es un placer conocerte.
You mock me, or you show manners I have not come to expect in your lands. Though it matters little now, I will die soon enough.
Not to put too fine a point on it, but Kunari are renowned warriors.
Exacto.
If we could release him, perhaps he might help us.
I suggest you leave me to my fate.
¿Puedo darte comida y agua?
Tempting, but I shall decline. Were you in my position, would you prolong your imprisonment?
¿Por qué has acabado aquí?
I have been convicted of murder. Have the villagers not spoken of this?
¿A quién has asesinado?
The people of a farmhold. 8 humans, in addition to the children.
¿Eres culpable? Debe haber sido difícil capturarte. ¿Cuánto tiempo llevas aquí? ¿No te interesa buscar la expiación?
Death will be my atonement.
¿Hay otra forma de redimirte?
Perhaps. What does your wisdom say is equal to my crime?
¿Podrías ayudarme a defender la tierra contra la ruina?
The Blight. Are you a Grey Warden, then?
Sí, lo soy.
Surprising. My people have heard legends of the Grey Warden's strength and skill. Though I suppose not every legend is true.
¿Crees que la reverenda madre te dejaría libre?
Perhaps if you told her the Grey Wardens need my assistance, it seems as likely to bring my death as waiting here.
Te dejaré por ahora.
Farewell, then.
To be left here to starve, or to be taken by the Darkspawn? No one deserves that. Not even a murderer.
Vale.
Already desperate and frightened. They don't need you two coming to blows. But what about my food?
Vale.
So, let me get this straight. You were a cloistered sister?
You must have been a brother before you became a Templar, no?
I never actually became a Templar. I was recruited into the Grey Wardens before I took my final vows.
Do you ever regret leaving the Gentry?
No, never. Do you?
Yes. You may not believe it, but I found peace there. The kind of peace I've never known.
It used to get so quiet at the monastery that I would start screaming until one of the brothers came running. I would tell them that I was just checking. You never know, right?
No, I never did anything like that. I enjoyed the quiet.
Suit yourself. The look on their face was always priceless.
The legions of evil are on your doorstep. They will feast upon our hearts. There is nowhere to run. This evil will cover the world like a plague of locusts.
Please, you're scaring the children.
Better to slit their throats now and let them suffer at Darkspawn hands. There, one of their minions is already amongst us. This man bears their evil stench. Can you not see the vile blackness that fills him?
Y no, la gente, ¿por qué no bajas la voz?
I watch the Black Horde descend on my people. I will not be silent.
Please stop. Somebody shut his mouth.
But isn't he right? The ban left us. We're going to die.
This minion is but the first of those who will destroy us.
No se me ha entendido, me estoy pedido si es lo que quieres. Tú, desgraciado, ¿qué te ha pasado?
My family, my clan, those creatures butchered them all. Some of us fled here, but we cannot escape the Darkspawn.
Debe haber sido horrible. ¿Cómo conseguiste escapar?
No, I won't listen to the words of a man tainted by Darkspawn.
No soy malvado, por favor. ¿No quieres hablar conmigo?
I ran, hearing my wife's screams as they dragged her off.
Te acompaño en el sentimiento.
Why am I here? I should not have come.
He was right, wasn't he? There's no hope for us.
Siempre hay esperanza. Debéis tener valor.
You're right. We can't give up.
Si es que soy un pico de oro, tío.
Can't lie down and die either. We must go north to Denerim.
Claro, muchachos. Tírense de aquí, hombre. Para que la ruina va a llegar aquí. Hola, templario.
Maybe with that blasted chasing gone, my headache will go as well.
Toma, Jota de Maya. Lo vamos a vender, que da gusto, ¿eh? Venga, vamos a entrar en la capilla para hablar con la reverenda madre y que libere a nuestro amigo y vecino Sten. O Sven. Sven o Sten. Creo que es Sten, pero... ¿Qué ha pasado? ¡Ah! Se ha cerrado. Vale. No me dijo nada, simplemente hizo what y se cerró. Lo que ustedes vieron yo vi. Opa. A ver. Vale. Reanudar. ¿Qué cojones? ¿Por qué se petó así? Tiene distancia de su madre ha decidido ayudarla a salir de la espesura. Oh, Dios mío, tengo que hacer todo esto otra vez.
You marshfolk are all thieves and liars.
Venga. Por aquí, joder, no veía el esto.
Just how smart are Mabari supposed to be, anyway? Do you think they understand everything we say? Oh, is that so? You could just be listening to the tone of my voice. You could be an utter moron for all we know. Hey now. There's nothing saying that a moron can't be cute and adorable. Who's the cute and adorable puppy?
¡Qué bonito!
It's bliss, isn't it? That's what the Chantry kept telling me anyhow.
Venga.
There! One of their minions is home! This minion is but the first of those! Some of us fled here, but we cannot... No! I have seen them! You cannot run! There is nothing to do! No hope is left! Are you calling me a coward?
Llamando idiota. Para un momento escuchar lo que estás diciendo.
I have...
He was right, wasn't he?
Siempre hay esperanza.
Darkspawn will feast on your living hearts.
El aire se quedó hablando. Vale, voy a guardar aquí. Por si acaso. Venga. Me da miedo, la verdad. Me da miedo. Vale.
There's word of darkspawn stragglers, but no sign
Cuidado.
of the horde. We are the only hope of protection this village has.
I hear you drove off those bandits. I hope they don't come back.
Refugiado. Extranjero. Refugiado. Refugiado. Sir Brian.
Yes? Who might you be?
Soy un Paquín, un guardia gris.
I see. I am Sir Bryant, commander of the Lothering Templars. Tern Loghain declared all Grey Wardens traitors responsible for the king's death. You know this, I hope.
Oye, de esos hombres no había nada. Los guardias grises no hicieron tal cosa.
I don't believe the Grey Wardens would be as careless or malicious as the Tern claims. But either way, there it is. It is best you not linger, though. Just in case.
Que están fuera del pueblo.
Maker's breath. How many times must we drive them off?
Han robado, eso es una compensación. No la falta, ya lo hice yo.
Indeed? They're gone?
It's true. I saw the bastard running for the hills myself.
That's an impressive feat indeed. Will you accept a small reward for your efforts?
Desde luego, gracias. No podría pagarme los problemas.
I wish I could afford such help, to be truthful. Take your reward. If it interests you, there is a chanter's board outside full of...
Sí.
Unless there's something else you need.
Necesito información.
If the matter is important, certainly.
¿Te puedes sacar de todo aquí?
The revered mother leads this flock. I merely command her Templars. Normally, our role is to protect the chantry and seek out unsanctioned magic. For now, it is all we can do to protect the innocent.
¿Ves? Si hubiéramos tenido a Morrigan, esta se habría mosqueado, ¿sabes? ¿Sabes que soy un mago?
I have no time to even think. My concern is protecting these people. I see nothing threatening them other than the Darkspawn.
Muchos templarios contra la magia.
We have more than swords at our disposal. We're taught to dispel unholy magics as well. If only our powers work to keep away the Darkspawn. Alas, it is not so.
¿Dónde puedo encontrar a la reverenda madre?
In her study, no doubt. Preparing what she will take when we eventually evacuate.
¿Es la única protección de la que dispone este pueblo?
Our ban was summoned by Tern Loghain, and he took his soldiers north with him. Lothering has been abandoned.
Otra cosa.
If the matter is important.
¿Hay alguna noticia reciente?
Other than the Darkspawn horde bearing down on us, none of it is good. Tern Loghain is set to declare himself king, I hear. Disaster piled on disaster.
¿El rey Kyra no tenía heredero?
None that we know of. Tern Loghain has no legitimate claim on the throne. He may be a hero, and his daughter may be queen, but he is a commoner, and the king's corpse is barely cold. If Archdemon was able to intervene, perhaps it... I do not care who takes the throne. Only fools fight over the ruins of cottage while it
¿Qué
burns
sucede
down.
a Archdemon?
Archdemon has fallen ill, and his knights are on a quest for the sacred urn filled with Andraste's ashes, said to cure any malady. He must be very ill if they chase miracles as the only cure. One of the Arl's knights, Sir Donal, is here searching for fantasies while... Never mind. Ask him if you care about this foolishness.
Este pueblo. ¿Puedes ayudarme de alguna otra forma? Debo irme.
Travels.
Vale. Clario, refugiado. Hola, Sir Donal.
I beg your pardon. I did not see you approach.
Sir Donal? Is that you?
Alistair? By the Maker, how are you? I was certain you were dead.
Not yet. No thanks to Turn Logain.
If Archdemon were well, he'd set Logain straight soon enough.
So you're here looking for the Urn of Sacred Ashes, then?
I am indeed. Andraste's ashes are said to cure any
Oh,
illness.
curioso. Alistair se ha dado cuenta. O sea, como he hablado con aquel, Alistair ahora sabe lo de la urna sagrada. Cuéntame más sobre esa urna sagrada.
Supposedly, the urn contains the ashes of the prophetess Andraste. Surely you know all this.
Me gustaría ver lo que sabe. ¿Puedo verte de alguna forma?
Nothing I have found leads me to believe that this was anything more than a quest of desperation. I intend to return to Redcliffe soon and tell the Arlessa exactly that.
No estoy yendo a los entrenos. Tu amigo Enrique está muerto. Tengo algo que le pertenece.
What? And you have his locket? And a note? Maker's mercy. Thank you for giving me these. I would never have known otherwise.
Siento de tu amigo.
Thank you. I wonder how many of us have met similar fates on this mad quest.
¿Te ha traído aquí?
I expected to take advantage of the Chantry's library, in fact, but my skills are better suited to battle. With Henrik gone, I need to return to... Thank you.
Vale. Thank you, guys.
Maker spoke.
Vale.
A chant of light scattered in the
¿Hay alguna biblioteca por aquí? Vale. Leliana, por favor. Bien. Símbolo de Andraste de bronce. Pregunta a quién le gustará eso. Qué pesado este hombre poniéndose el escudo este. Vale, no puedo subir por aquí.
Let him hear our righteous dedication and enduring perseverance.
No hay libros. Yo pensaba que había libros aquí.
Good day, Sister Leliana. I'm surprised to see you're still in Lothering.
It is good to see you as well, Your Reverence.
I do not recognize your companion. Greetings. Will you be making a donation to the Chantry?
Un día más la capilla. ¿Qué día es más apropiado?
Might I suggest 30 silver?
Puedo ofrecerte 5 soberanos.
These poor souls will weep at your generosity.
Venga, ¿por qué no?
Thank you. What can I do for you then?
Tengo guardaviris, necesito tu ayuda.
A Grey Warden? Here? Oh dear. You put me in a difficult position. You must know that Turn Logain declared the Grey Wardens to be outlaws.
No he ido, pero fue Logain quien traicionó al rey.
Turn Logain? That is as hard for me to believe as his condemnation of the Wardens. There is a price on your head. Lay low, and I promise to keep your presence a secret. That is the best I can do.
Vale.
Now, if there is nothing else...
¿Puedes presionar el motivo de ayuda a la Guardia Grise?
I cannot help you without risking the safety of this village and Chantry. The best I can do is keep your presence a secret. I am sorry. Now, if there is nothing else? For a Grey Warden. Now, if...
Entonces no he hablado con el Kinari, ¿vale? Leliana está de acuerdo, más 4. Oh, vale, guay. no voy a hacer el romance con ella, me parece muy de plástico ese romance, muy clásico, muy tal. Y el romance con Morrigan, hasta donde lo llevé, me pareció bastante más interesante. Porque parece más un romance de alguien que no suele enamorarse, ¿sabes? Como es Morrigan. Leliana, en cambio, parece que está todo programado, ¿sabes? No sé, es lo que me llama. Entonces, ¿no hablé con este amigo de aquí? No, parece que no hablé. Vale, vamos a hablar.
I will not amuse you any more than I have the... I am Sten of the Baron. I suggest you leave me to my fate. No doubt. What help do you seek? The Blight. My people have heard legends of the... Perhaps if you told her...
Vale, venga. Ya está. Vale, por aquí, venga, vamos. Por aquí. Por aquí, venga. La verdad es que la cámara esta, en plan, alejar la cámara así, mola un montón. Por cierto, llevo 1 hora, así que... Lo siento. Tengo que comer. Vete, por favor. Vete, por favor. Vete, por favor. Voy a darle a F5, no me fío del juego ya. El juego se ha ganado mi desconfianza absoluta. ¿Qué cojones haces?
Yes. What can I do for you now?
No es de eso, Sten, no es Ben, Sten, el canario al que enjaulaste.
It might have been kinder to execute him, but I leave his fate to the Maker. Why does he interest you?
¿Qué es lo que ha hecho? ¿Hiciste caso de accidente con su gente? Creo que lo liberes, puede resultarme útil. ¿Hay alguna forma de convencerte para que lo libere?
Then his next victims might count you and me as their murderers.
Pero bajo mi custodia. Yo. Persuadir.
Well, that is convenient. Here then.
¿En serio, Colo? Oh, soy un puto pico de oro, tío. Soy un puto pico de oro. Un arma curiosa. Su ataque nunca falla, aunque tampoco inflige impactos críticos nunca. Los tanto, rayo disparado con un bastón se dispara si da contra un muro o una barricada. Curioso. ¿Por qué no puedo alejar la cámara? Ah, vale, ahora sí. Supongo que es por estar exactamente ahí o algo, ¿no? ¡Toma! Punto lejos ahí.
I have been setting down in ink the tales of our exploits, and I have been thinking about ways to describe you. You are unlike any animal I have ever met, almost human in your intelligence and understanding. So, let me see. You are loyal, yes? That one is obvious. Very, very clever. This is also obvious. You are terrifying when you have to be, but gentle and sweet.
Vale, el perro se quedó atascado, creo.
And you are also playful, sometimes gluttonous. No? What is all this begging for food scraps then? Well, all right. You're not gluttonous. You're just a lover of fine foods. How's that?
Qué bonito. El pehuito. Pensé llamarlo pehuito, pero...
And so it is done. I will follow you into battle. In doing so, I shall find my atonement.
Gracias, Archdemon. Me alegro de contar contigo.
May we proceed? I am eager to be elsewhere.
Of all the...
Indeed.
Blast it. Yes. Vashaden.
Yes.
Blast it.
Yes.
Blast it. Yes. Vashaden.
Blast and damnation. Indeed.
Cada uno tiene un toque de música.
Blast and damnation.
Mira, cada uno tiene su música. Ahora vengo, ok. Cada uno tiene su melodía.
Blood and damnation.
Ah, dice lo mismo.
Indeed. Blast and damnation.
Indeed.
La música de Leniana es un poco siniestra, ¿no?
Yes.
Y la de este es muy épica. Vale. No puedo ir a... Bueno, te puedo ir al... Oh, Dios mío, lo que pasa es que voy a tardar mucho. Vale. Vale. Aquí. Por favor. Sigue. Ah, vale, no puedo. Ok. Ese me ha perdido más tiempo del que creía. Vale, genial. Vamos para allá. Esto mola mucho, tío. Esto mola mucho. Clico, ya está. Muévete solo. Por aquí. Por aquí. Y... por aquí. Vale, espérate, vamos a ir por aquí. Vamos a hacer mis sencillas aquí en el tablón este. Venga. Pandillas por todas partes. Aceptar. Ruina, misiones completadas. Misión del códice. ¿Cómo se llama? Ah, lo hacen aquí, vale, el talón del cantor, venga. Activar, ahí está, vale. Vamos para ahí entonces. Vale, venga, fuera, el talón de empleo, nada, venga, sigamos. Muy bien. Vale, la que grita es Leliana, se me olvidaba eso. Ok. Ok. No, curación. Uf, qué sustito, qué sustito. Vale, al piso. Vale, la experiencia se la llevó Leliana. Ok. Vale, ¿tienes algo para mí? ¿No? Tú sí tienes cosas. A ver. Para moi. Venga. Oh, fantástico. Vamos por aquí a ver qué tenemos. Ahí los tenemos. Venga. Los mabarí son peligrosos, así que venga. Ahí tenemos. Venga. ¿Le? No. Aquí. Curar al este. Flipa conmigo, colega. Peguito bonito. Vale. ¿Alguna cosa? Sí. Tú tienes un casco tachonado que voy a aprovechar. ¿Tú qué tienes? Tú tienes una daga que voy a vender. Muy bien, pues sigamos por aquí. No, espérate, por aquí no. Por aquí. ¡Ah! Vamos a eso. A ver, lo que me hace gracia de todo es Alistair, tío. ¡Attack! El Tito Johnny ha caído Lulu. Hola, Tito Johnny, ¿cómo estás? No dices nada, pero me obligas a beber agua. Venga, vamos allá. Soy mucho de lurkear. ¿Lurkear? Vale. Por favor, ilumíname. ¿Qué es lurkear? Pico. ¡Ataca! Vale. ¿Y quién cayó? Ah, vale, pensé que había caído un... ¡Al piso! Se te está streaming sin nada. Estoy streaming sin decir nada, si no me equivoco. Ah, vale. A mí eso me deja loquísimo porque es en plan 7 espectadores, pero nadie dice nada. Me deja muy loco a mí esas cosas. Venga. ¡Qué experiencia para mí! Te puedo dejar de fondo mientras hago el tonto por mi casa. Vale. No llega, ¿vale? Ahí está. ¿Puedes, por favor? Cinco, por favor. 5. Ah, pensé que le pillaba, pero no. Parece que no. Vale, ¿tienen alguna cosa interesante? Este tiene algo. Tiene algo, yo lo veo. Tiene algo, Dios mío, qué sexy. Un cofre por ahí que no puedo abrir, así que Leliana sí hace los honores. Con filete de cuero tachonado y saco. No. Bueno. Vale. Puedo acercarlo un poquito. Y así tengo mejor vista, ¿verdad? Vale, vamos a volver allá. Brian me ha hablado de este juego, si no recuerdo mal, creo que me dijo que era de los que más le molan. Sí, creo que es su juego favorito. Creo que es su juego favorito. Bueno, lo que viene a ser toda su saga. Y al igual que yo, está muy hypeada por el 4 que van a sacar. Bueno, se llama Dragon Age a seca. Pero darle a sacar el nuevo título y es en plan, sí, hay ganas. Ah, perfecto, llevo el tablón directamente. Ah, no, espérate, voy a hablar con el tío este. Ahí, no le vamos.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
Bien, 3 de oro. Espérate, la capilla me acaba de dar 3 reales de oro. Yo di 5 a la capilla. A ver. Aceptar. Y aceptar. Venga. Podemos hacer las 2 misiones a la vez. Creo que son acabar con unos lobos y conseguir algo de la madre del chico que decía "How you see my mom?". Ese niño pues le secuestras el objeto a la madre y se lo das a las autoridades para que tengan algo. Creo que es que lo identifiquen como el hijo de ella o algo así. Venga, eso. Ahí estamos. 2, ¡Wow! Hay muchos, muchos lobos. Vale, creo que vamos bien, creo que vamos bien. Ahí está, experiencia para mí, perfecto. Todavía no puedo con esto, así que vamos para allá. Todavía no, los combates todavía no son lo suficientemente difíciles como para que exijan de mí que pare el combate y use a todos los personajes. De momento voy bastante bien por ello. No, este no, este. Muy bien. No, este. Perfecto. Esto es el combate en plan avanzado ya, en plan ya requiere de mayor dificultad. Experiencia para Alistair, estupendo. Vaya, ningún lobo tenía nada, interesante. Pues vamos aquí, que donde está la madre esta, creo que murió. Lo que me sorprende es que sean los lobos que la hayan matado y no los guardias, ¿sabes? Los guardias no, los tíos aquellos. Luego sus recuerdos. Sí, bueno, lo que sea. Vamos para allá, que ahora tenemos que acabar con unos osos. Ahí están los ositos. Congelado, ¿no? Ah, pues mira, no lo congelé, vale. Te puedo derribar, ¿no? Muy bien. Perfecto. Vamos allá. ¿Podré? No, se lo cargó el primero, qué pena. Raíz mortal, no sé para qué, supongo que para ser veneno o algo. Raíz élfica, venga por aquí. Esto de la raíz élfica y frasco, si tienes frasco puedes hacer cataplasmas curativos. Wow, ¿esto qué fue? Wow, esto no lo recordaba, qué susto, Dios mío. Vale. Freeze. Show me what you got, Snake. Vale. Oh, pensé que podría contra él, pero no. Vale. Ahí está, como siempre, siendo un proazo.
Let's get started.
¿Eh?
Right.
Fantástico. Bien, bien, bien. No esperaba para nada que... O sea, no recordaba para nada que habían arañas ahí, la verdad. No las recordaba para nada. Ahí está, bien, bien, bien. Vamos por aquí, vamos por aquí. Ahí, perfecto. Eso es. Vale, por aquí, por aquí, por aquí, por aquí. Eso es, buen chico. La verdad es que prefiero manejarlo así, aunque sea... Es más gracioso si lo manejo así, la verdad. Venga. Y creo que estas son todas las misiones que puedo cumplir
Let
aquí,
him
¿no?
take notice and shine upon thee, for thou hast done his work this day. And the stars stood still.
Eso creo que es respuesta a lo de...
All
¡Ey!
animals of earth and air held their breath. All was
He dicho tus
silent,
misiones.
prayer and thanks.
Bien. Bien, no hay nada. Tenemos un montón de purpurina por el cuerpo gracias a la Eliana, ¿eh? Por aquí, por favor. Ahí está. Vamos por aquí. De hecho podemos ir directamente aquí arriba, aquí arriba incluso. Venga. Ahí arriba, venga. Podría ir para allá, pero aquellos tienen... Aquellos son aldeanos que están hambrientos y quieren... quieren la recompensa por matarme. Y en plan, no quiero que unos ciudadanos mueran por hambre. O sea, mueran a mi mano. Vamos a salvar a esos niños de ahí. ¡Toma! Wow. Vale, ya está, hombre. Yo, lo que le ha costado, tío. A ver. Si le doy a esto... A ver. Acá, se ve acá. F. ¿Cómo puedo tomarme una cataplasma? A ver. Ah, claro, tengo que coger inventario. Cataplasma curativa menor. Esta de aquí. Vale. Bien, menos mal. Menos mal. A ver. Lo maté yo. Genial, genial, genial. Muy bien, Duncan. Así se hace.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
¿Cómo debe ser exactamente?
You want a reward, eh? I suppose that's an entirely reasonable request. How does 100 silver sound? I was going to use that to fix up the cart, but quite frankly, I'll be grateful enough that my son and I come out of this with our heads.
¿Cuánto dinero? No lo necesito.
Then I suppose we're doubly fortunate, aren't we? The name's Bodon Fedek, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
Pensé que quiere viajar con Gordieri.
Grey Wardens? My, that does rather explain a lot. No offense, but I suspect there's more excitement on your path than my boy and I can handle. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune, though.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
As you wish. On it.
No hay nada más que me interese en el lottering. Bueno, si acaso lo podré revisar luego, ¿de acuerdo? Pero... ¡Caja! ¡Déjame! Muy bien. Sí. El daño puede interrumpir el lanzamiento de hechizos, pero el talento de entrenamiento de combate puede reducir la probabilidad de que tus hechizos fallen. Oh, vale. Oh, sí, es verdad. Dale, liana en plan.
Bad dreams, huh?
Habré comido con mal estado.
Drank more like, as in the tainted blood, remember? You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them.
Oh.
The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
Primero, ¿te refieres al dragón? ¿Por qué no estos sueños se repiten mucho? ¿El archidemonio te refieres al dragón?
I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one.
Sí.
But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't.
Es un chungo.
Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me too.
Gracias, te lo agradezco.
That's what I'm here for. To deliver unpleasant news and witty one-liners. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Nah, quiero estar un rato más por aquí. Alistair está de acuerdo, más uno. Seguramente lo podría haber hecho mejor, pero bueno. A ver. Vale, vamos a ver. ¿Iba a ser algo? Ah, sí, vale. No era. Inventario es I. Vale, de inventario, joder, claro. Alistair, Duncan, Liliana, Morrigan, Sten. Ahí estamos, Sten. Vamos a dar un espadón. No sé, tiene pinta de ser de esos, ¿no? Confiadores secundaris, se la ponemos. Montañada, armadura. Malla pesada. Vale, malla pesada. Malla pesada. Perfecto, ahí está. Precioso está así. Hola.
It's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Fennec, at your service once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
Déjame tu mercancía, poder.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods, my...
Vale, tenemos un descuento encima. Estupendo. Quiero cataplasma curativa, las quiero todas, por supuesto. Quiero cataplasma curativa menor, por supuesto las quiero todas. Esto sí es muy útil. Equipo de curación menor, esto es muy útil. No sé si voy a tener dinero suficiente para esto, pero comprar. Vale. Vale, vamos a vender cositas que no vamos a usar. Esto no lo vamos a usar, fuera. Yelmo de soldado, no sé si lo voy a usar o no, pero esto no lo vamos a usar. Esto nada, cota de malla, cota laminada, armadura de cuero, fuera, cota de malla. Esto fuera. Los dos, vender. Fuera, 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 fuera. Me parece importante, así que lo voy a dejar aquí de momento. Pero armas, daga no la quiero, daga encantada afuera, guardapromesa voy a dejar de momento. Las dos más se las vendo. La ballesta. Fuera. Esto también está aquí. Esto nada, esto nada. Vale, precioso. Vamos a ver. ¿Qué tienes que me pueda interesar? Runas. Esta mochila está un poco cara, ¿eh? Espérate, no tengo los DLC. Interesante. Debería tenerlos. Hola, Sting.
Why are we stopping?
Creo que deberíamos hablar un momento.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
¿Te encuentras bien? ¿Estuviste semanas en esa jaula?
You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight.
Dijiste que pertenecías al ejército.
I am.
¿Por qué los Kundaris han enviado soldados aquí?
The Antam are the eyes.
Creo que estoy haciendo las respuestas correctas, ¿eh? Los Kundaris son un poco secos. Hay que hablarles un poco como ellos. ¿Y eso provoca, desde nuestro punto de vista, de las cosas un poco sesgado?
Compared to what?
Buena pregunta.
What does anyone truly know of the world? The world changes. We change. The Antam observe what we can, just as you do. There is no point to this. We are keeping the darkspawn waiting.
Es verdad. En marcha.
As you wish.
¡Bien! Más amistad. Sten.
Yes.
¿Y qué te vas a hacer tú en esa jaula?
Sitting, as you observed.
Muy divertido.
Thank you.
Déjame estar esto por un momento.
Ashera, was there anything else?
Quiero hablar con algo sobre lo que has
Speak
mencionado.
then.
Sí. Lo siento por ahora.
Then I suggest we move on.
Adelante.
As you wish.
¡Soy un putazo! ¡Soy un putazo, tío! Hola, Josh, Katy, has vuelto ahora, Dios mío, después de reclutar a 2 tíos más. ¡Wow! Vas a tope, Katy, vas a tope. Dandal.
Hello.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed. Oh, certainly, I can...
No entendí nada, que ya varió un Bergamo ya. A ver, ¿no tengo los regalos? Vale. Pensé que tenía los DLC, Curioso. Guardar partida. Un momento, a ver. No tengo los DLC, entonces lo veo un problema, entonces. Pero esta vez tenía que ir a un sitio, pero está abierto Steam. Sí, no, pero está de verdadero, que te has perdido un montón de chicha. A ver. Alistair.
What do you need?
Me gustaría preguntarte algo.
Ask away.
No, a ver, da igual. A ver. Voy a guardar. Ya sé que acabo de guardar, pero déjenme. Nunca se guarda lo suficiente PS. Voy a ver si puedo regalarle a Alistair ese símbolo de Andraste que conseguimos. Creo que esto es lo que le gusta a él, creo.
Is that for me? Really?
Wow. Parece que le gustó mucho.
What do you need?
Pregúntate algo.
Ask away.
Vale, da igual. Vamos a guardar partida. Parece que le gustó bastante. Espera. Igual es de lesbiana, a ver. No. A ver. Cargar partida. Chimpamago. Venga, cargar partida. La buena es que no suele tardar mucho. Espero una tarea de monumental. Un ejército bastante grande. Ahí está, no tarda casi nada. Vamos a ver si... A ver, inventario. Otros. Si esto le gusta a... Eliana.
That's a wonderful
Sí,
thought.
le gusta mucho.
I don't know what to say.
Voy a guardar partida. Impamago, guardar partida. Guardar. Vale. Parece que le gustó mucho eso, ok. Detallada. A ver. ¿Esto le puede gustar a Alistair?
I could get used
Sí,
to this, you know.
sí, sí. Perfecto.
Something on your mind?
Tengo una pregunta.
Of course.
Si te quedas en la capilla, nunca has...
Never what?
never what? ¿Sexo? ¿Sabes a qué me refiero?
Sure I do. Have I never seen a basilisk? Ate jellied ham? Have I never licked a lamppost in winter?
Estás burlando de mí.
Make fun of my comrade in arms? Perish the thought. Well, you tell me. Have you ever licked a lamppost in winter?
Ah, de nuevo que me flores en invierno. De flores y todo eso.
Just the once? And you didn't lose half of your tongue in the process? I'm impressed. I, myself, never had the pleasure.
Pleasure.
Of course. But, you know.
Es un cobarde, así que le dije. ¿Y qué dice que tiene? Oye, no tiene que tener. ¿Nunca has tenido una oportunidad?
Well, living in the Chantry is not exactly a life for rambunctious boys. They raised me to be a gentleman. That's not so bad, is it?
La verdad es que no.
I've no urge to rush into anything. We may not even survive what is to come. After all. Enough. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's go.
Vale, un puntito más. Creo que metí un poco la pata.
Something on your mind?
Tengo una pregunta.
Of course.
¿Qué te hace cambiar la iniciación?
You mean other than becoming a Grey Warden?
Lleva más tiempo que yo siendo guardia gris.
You know, I asked Duncan this too, and all I got was, you'll see.
You'll see. Intenta probar eso conmigo.
Oh, it's not that Duncan wants to keep it a secret. It's just that the Grey Wardens don't discuss it much. I gather it's not a pleasant topic. The first change I noticed was an increase in appetite. I used to get up in the middle of the night and raid the castle larder. I thought I was starving. I'd slurp down every dinner like it was my last. My face all covered in gravy. When I'd look up, the other Grey Wardens would stare, then laugh themselves to tears.
Ya que eres un cerdo.
That's me, Alistair the pig. I can go through a trough in 5 seconds flat, just you watch. Oh, and then there were the nightmares. Duncan said it was part of how we sense the Darkspawn. We tap into their, well, I don't know what you'd call it, their group mind. And when we sleep, it's even worse. You learn to block it out after a while, but at first it's hard. It's supposed to be worse for those who join during a blight. How is it for you? Some people never have much trouble, but that's rare. Others have trouble sleeping their entire life.
Yeah.
Just more sensitive, I suppose. Everyone ends up the same, though. Once you reach a certain age, the real nightmares come. That's how a Grey Warden knows his time has come.
¿Que yo su hora?
Oh, that's right.
Sí.
We never had time to tell you that part, did we? Well, in addition to all the other wonderful things about being a Grey Warden, you don't need to worry about dying from old age.
Tienes 30 años.
You've got 30 years to live.
O sea, después de 30 años moriré. Yeah.
The taint. It's a death sentence. Ultimately, your body won't be able to take it. When the time comes, most Grey Wardens go to Orzammar and die in battle rather than waiting. It's tradition.
¿Por qué Orzammar?
You'll always find Darkspawn down where the dwarves are. The oldest Grey Wardens head to the deep roads for one last glorious battle. Not that there's a shortage of Darkspawn during a blight, but that's the tradition. The dwarves respect us for it. And you wondered why we kept the joining a secret from the new recruits. There you have it.
No me lo imaginaba, ahora lo entiendo.
You know, Duncan, he started having the nightmares again. He told me that in private. He said it wouldn't be long before he'd go to Orzammar himself. I guess he got what he wanted. I just wish it had been something worthy of him.
Solo recordar a Alistair, como no te va.
I know. Ending the blight should make this all worthwhile, right?
Bien, más amistad con Alistair. Me gusta tener la amistad con Alistair. A ver cómo vamos. Vamos potentillos ahí, Bueno, este me quiere demasiado. Liliana y Morrigan vamos igual. Creo que a Morrigan le gustaban mucho estas tonterías de joyas y tal. Así que vamos a darle todas estas cositas aquí. Sí.
I am grateful. 'Tis thoughtful indeed.
¿Y tenía otra cosa o la... Ah, aquí está, esta aquí. ¿Esto no es un regalo? Vale, esto será para vender, supongo. Morrigan está de acuerdo, más 10. Pues sí, esta vez voy a irme por Morrigan, pero es porque el romance que se va a hacer. ¿Cuál es esto exactamente?
I suppose since you told me about you being a Grey Warden, it's only fitting for me to be as open. I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath.
La verdad es que me aburre un poco su vida. Básicamente, encontró unos brazaletes en una cueva, se los llevó y resulta que eran los de... de un conde o alguien importante y lo exiliaron.
The note bribed the guard that was watching me. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
Vale. No, quería mirar. A ver.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. I'm sure you'll be.
A ver. Vale. ¡Oh! ¡Oh! ¿Cómo mola hasta miércoles? ¡Qué rico! ¡Qué sabroso eso! Vale. Tenía que comprar 99.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings.
Vale, a ver. Pero, a ver. Puedo fabricar. No. No, a ver. A ver, puedo fabricar, ¿no? Esto de aquí, puedo... Ah, vale, lo tengo aquí abajo. Vale, pues entonces si le doy a 0... Raíz élfica, ¿no? Crear objeto, venga. Ahí está, fantástico. Vale. Me choca no tenerlos... Me choca mucho no tener los DLC, me choca muchísimo. Pero bueno, tampoco me voy a morir por ello. Igual no se han activado, igual se activarán después.
What do you wish of me?
Vamos a hablar.
If you must.
¿Creciste en la espesura de Korcari?
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
Tú puedes entenderme cuanto quieras.
Beg pardon then while I jump for joy. What is it you asked if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time, I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
¿Y pasaste desapercibida?
For the most part, Flemeth taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming.
Sexy. Oh, yo siempre.
So much. So confident and bold was I.
¡Tu ropa me distrae! Vale, ya paro. Ya me lo imagino.
I rather doubt that.
Ah, mierda. Me pilló.
Being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
Eso sí que es pensar con rapidez.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard.
Acabo de terminar de descargar Saint Seiya en Japón.
Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human
Hora de ver
minds
madrazo.
fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, tis not I.
No, madrazos no, no estoy en Sinover.
There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the
Menos de
touching
yoga.
for
Ah,
a
bueno.
simple greeting?
¿Tocarse? ¿Como cuando le das a la mano?
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion. There are many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so.
No estás en Sinover, pero aquí hay madrazos. Alguna que otra vez, ahora mismo estamos con el amor.
Leaving again.
Pese a ello, estás aquí.
Yes, here I am. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up.
Bien, bien, bien. Como esa mamacita que tiene delante. Esto es mamacita. Sí, Dios mío. Me despista su ropa. Vale. He decidido ir con ella y no con Leliana porque fue el primer romance que tuve cuando jugué por primera vez al juego. Yes. Vale, ya está pillado por mí ya. La vida de las personas debe haber sido muy solitaria.
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me.
Estoy enredada hoy. Se nota,
I the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
Suena de maravilla.
For a time, but one can only remain a child for so long. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments the likes of which I had never before seen.
Por eso le gustan las joyitas y tal.
This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. 'Twas encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
Me cuesta imaginar que Flemeth estuviera complacida.
She was not. Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
Pero solo eres una niña. Flemeth hizo bien, sin duda. No sé que una de estas dos es la auténtica.
Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
Hicieron más fuerte, ¿no?
They did indeed. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
Bien, toma, estoy potente, ¿eh? Ella te mira el bigote, no en la cara. Es que mi bigote es muy sexy. ¿Se imaginan a mí con un bigote así? Si pudiera dejarme el bigote así de grande, me lo dejaría así de grande.
Yes.
Yes. Ya cuando cambie así, yes, ya está pierrada por mí ya.
So, full of questions, are you?
¿Puedes enseñar a los demás a convertirse en metamorfo? ¿Nunca te has perseguido a la capilla? Dime, ¿eres realmente hija de Flemeth? ¿Puedes enseñar a los demás a convertirse en metamorfo?
Possibly, if I had the desire to.
Uf, tú con ese bigote, que Carly se pone tonta, ¿eh? Ese deseo. Debería haberme dado cuenta de que eres una perra. ¿Y por qué no?
I was told to accompany you and to help you, and that I shall. This may extend to the teaching of my mother's skills, in time.
Ok, vale.
Yes?
Yes. A Katy le gustan los hombres con bigote. Me gusta hablar de un tema personal.
We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Le das un beso.
What's this? 'Tis a rather odd discussion you seem to desire, leaning in so closely.
¿Alguna objeción?
Not unless you stop.
Ya está, el amor. Eso es mentira. Ella ahora mismo estaría así. Por el bigote.
Yes?
A ver.
We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Tenemos que hablar de nosotros, ¿no? No importa. Y tenemos que hablar de nosotros, vamos a cortar, ¿sabes?
So, full of questions, are you?
A ver. ¿Eres realmente hija de Flemeth?
I assume you were actually asking whether Flemeth herself gave birth to me. Truly, I do not know. I once asked Flemeth that very question, and she merely laughed at me. 'Tis not inconceivable that she could capture a chastened man, or perhaps change to a more attractive form to attract him willingly. I find it more difficult to imagine her with child.
No siempre ha sido tan vieja, ¿no?
As a matter of fact, I remember her being younger once. She had black hair, much like my own, long and lustrous. But how could that be if she is centuries old? Has she become wizened only recently? Or are the tales of her legend only that, and nothing more? I do know the tales of Flemeth having many daughters, even though I have never met another. And Flemeth has always treated me as her blood.
No es una ventaja muy maternal.
Must one be a doting and simpering moron to be considered a suitable mother? Flemeth taught me everything I needed to know. How to survive, the meaning of power, the truth of men. If other mothers do not teach these things, then I believe them the lesser.
Supongo que eso es cierto.
You suppose it's
true.
Dios
mío.
Take yourself. You do not honestly desire such things from me, do you? 'Tis better to be free of such clawing and cluttering.
¿Y qué si yo lo quisiera?
Then more the fool you, I think. I tire of this
A ver... Ah, qué pena. Vamos a cargar. Ah, mierda, no. No puedo cargar partida. Porque si cargo empiezo desde el principio. A ver, ¿cómo vamos con la amistad con ella? Si vemos que voy bien, pues... Ah, voy bastante bien, voy bastante bien.
Yes?
A ver.
So, full of questions, are you?
¿No te persigue la capilla?
You are very cute to ask so many questions.
¿Podrías tener bebé? Ah, creo que... Sí, pero más adelante, no sé si es un bebé que puedes tener, no me acuerdo ya. Esto te pones cuando das evasiva.
Really? Perhaps we should be wrapped
Con flores de tan monos que somos.
So cute are we, too. My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes, by Templar fools like Alistair. How successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
Lo siento por los templarios.
They came with as much swagger and arrogance as they did self-righteousness. Pity them if you wish, for they held none for us. Flemeth would warn them once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
¿Realmente usaba de sebo?
'Twas a game, and I a young girl. If I didn't get to play, I would have been very upset. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
No te metes nada de haber hecho daño a todos esos hombres. ¿Qué es exactamente una apóstata? No te pensaba que eras peligrosa, y con razón. Tuvieron su merecido.
Perhaps they did. Still, I do not begrudge them doing what they believe is necessary. The Chantry sees any mages not leashed to the Circle of Magi as apostates, and apostates could become Maleficarum, evil mages that resort to blood magic and become demon-enslaved abominations. It may even be true. Still, those of us who prefer freedom see no reason to submit.
Estoy completamente de acuerdo, la verdad.
An interesting answer for a mage. Enough of this talk. Let us return to the task.
Bien, bien. Un puntito más de amor porque perdimos 2 corazoncitos, creo, y tal. Vamos bien, vamos bien.
Yes?
Yes.
So, full of questions, are you? Possibly, if I had the desire to. I do not.
Encuentres ese deseo.
Perhaps you should dispense.
Mierda, no, yo no. Ahora sí voy a cargar partida. Ahora sí voy a cargar partida. Que si no, vamos, guardado rápido. Esto es... Ahora sí voy a cargar partida. Me jodí. me jodí. Pensé que era plan que encuentres ese deseo.
Yes.
Vale, a ver.
So, full of questions, are you? It is not inconceivable that she could capture a chastened man, or perhaps change to a more attractive. I do know the tales of Flemeth having many daughters, even though I have never met another. And Flemeth has always treated me. What an odd thing to say. Why must love enter into the equation? Flemeth taught me everything I needed to learn. How to survive, the meaning of power, the truth of room for coddling and weakness. Take yourself. You do not honestly desire such things from me, do you?
¿Para qué limitarte?
I do not consider it a limitation. Not leaping into a bird. I tire of this discussion.
¡Ah! Pues ahora, ya que estoy, pues le voy a cargar partida. ¡Da gordo! Para el tiempo y lo rebobino. No, espérate, que rebobinaba era otro, mierda.
Yes.
Bob, Killer Queen era.
So,
Dale.
full of questions. You are very... Really? My Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would... I am unsure. I was too young to understand, and perhaps 'twas bravado on Flemeth's part. Flemeth would warn them, and then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me. No, I never did any of the killing, until later. And even then, Flemeth was a glutton for that sort. Thankfully, the wild... I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates. Would they have regretted hurting me? There are if the wilds have taught me anything, 'tis this. Oh? I would ask what exactly, but I'm certain that would... Enough of...
¡Eh! ¿Qué cojones? Dios mío, no atino, no atino. Estoy atendiendo a las conversaciones, pero esta vez no atino, A ver. Dios mío. Esto ya grave. A ver, me gustaría apuntarte a algo.
So, full of questions, are you? Possibly, if I had the desire to.
A ver.
Yes. So, full of questions. You are very cute. Really? My Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Flemeth would... And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was... You do not know. The Zealots use that word for... It may even be true. Still, those of us who prefer...
Vale. Eso está mejor. Guardar partida. Guardar. Venga.
Yes?
A ver.
So, full of questions, are you? It is not inconceivable that... It seems likely, does it not? In an animal form, a babe could easily be spirited away and raised as Flemeth's own.
Sí.
I do know the tales of Flemeth having many daughters, even though I have never met another. And Flemeth has always treated me as her...
Es que esto no...
I would have nothing in common with them. nor any need for one. Flemeth taught me everything I needed to learn. How to survive, the meaning of power, the... Take yourself. You do not honestly desire... I...
Vale, no le gusta eso. Ok, vamos a cargar la partida. Pues vamos a ser más cerdos entonces. Venga, vamos a ser más cerdos. Porque por alguna razón no le gusta que sea amable con ella. Vamos a ser más cerdos, a ver qué tal.
So, full of questions. It is not inconceivable. I do know the tales of... I sense a hint of... Flemeth taught me everything I needed. I shall take this as a compliment. Was it meant as such? Oh? How interesting. Take yourself. You do not honestly desire such things from me, do you? 'Tis... There. I tie...
Sí, bueno, le digo eso, pero... a ver.
Yes? So, full of questions.
Vale, ahora creo que sí puedo decirle...
Yes. We're in camp, so tis... What's this? 'Tis a rather odd discussion you seem to desire, leaning in so closely. Oh, it's humor you desire. I didn't realize comedy had anything to do with it.
Solo si lo hacemos mal.
How true. Let us do it.
Bien, bien, creo que lo he hecho bien. Creo que lo he hecho bien esta vez, ¿eh? Creo que esta vez sí. Bien. Bien. Ahí está, guardar partida, venga, guardar.
Yes? So, full of...
Vale. Ya está. Ya está. Ya estoy tranquilo. ¡Perrito!
Oh, why, you little...
¿Has vuelto a soltarte en tu propia sombra?
Oh, you're so funny. Such rapier wit. My furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me. Look.
Bueno, es un perro de guerra.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me. I once heard a really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished.
Pobrecito.
Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh.
Pobrecito.
Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Pobrecito. Pues ya este no dice bastante. Si has probado y no te has dado cuenta es que estaba buena. Venga.
Look at what your fool dog placed in my pack. A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
¿Estás despedado? ¿Significa eso que tendrás que ir sin ella?
Maybe, but that is not the point. Dirty Mungle can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
Ya has oído al señor. No vas a hacerlo. Eres un perro de guerra, no una doncella.
You are a true warrior and worthy of respect.
Qué bueno. Tratando el modo de encontrar el modo de atravesar la tierra, ¿eh? Pues vale, vale, que te diviertas. A ver. ¡Qué bonito! Ah, perrito grande. Vale. Vamos a hablar con Leliana. Rueda, pehuito. Vamos a hablar con Leliana para hacer algo de amistad con ella. Puedes charlar un poco.
Well, here I am.
Esa visión tuya.
I knew this would come up sooner or
A
later.
ver, fue el tema que sacaste.
I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream.
Uh-huh.
There was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness...
No sé, esto no le pudo caso porque ya lo he oído 1000 veces, ¿sabes? Como que tenía un romance con ella como 3 veces, una cosa así.
And the darkness drew me in.
Soñaste con la ruina.
I suppose I did. That was what the darkness was, no? When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness,
¿tú oías vos?
have faith.
¿Y pues necesitas ayudarme?
In my dream, I fell, or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the blight devours everything?
Supongo que tampoco podría.
That is why you're a Grey Warden. Come.
Vale, bien, un poco de amistad. Bien.
Yes?
Charlar un poco.
Well, here I am.
¿Qué es alguien como tú en la capilla de Lothering?
What is meant by someone like me?
Alguien que no parece hecho para la vida de un astro. O sea, una mujer tenemos con tú, se entornea aburrida como todos son que tú nos enseñaban a pelear, ¿verdad?
Did you think I was always a cloistered sister? The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
Así que aquí esta historia antes de aquí en la capilla.
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
Vale, no gané ni amistad ni nada con ellos después de eso.
Yes,
¿Qué te pasa? ¿Estás sentado?
as you wish.
Venga, vale. Que sigamos. Sí.
Indeed.
Yes.
Vale, vamos a avanzar hacia... el pueblo de Risco Rojo, venga. Vale. Oh, llegamos directamente, fantástico.
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
Es verdad que eres idiota. No me va a gustar, ¿verdad?
I don't know. I doubt it. I've never liked it, that's for sure. I told you before how Archdemon raised me, right? That my mother was a serving girl at the castle and he took me in. The reason he did that was because, well, because my father was King Marek, which made Kaelin my half-brother, I suppose.
Entonces no eres un simple bastardo, eres un real bastardo.
Ha! Yes, I guess it does at that. I should use that line more often. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible.
Creo que lo entiendo.
I'm sorry. Oh, good. I'm glad. It's not like I got special treatment for it anyhow. At any rate, that's it. That's what I had to tell you. I thought you should know about it.
¿De seguro no te cuento nada más? ¿Entonces eres heredero al trono? ¿Por qué me lo han dicho? ¿Para qué necesito saberlo? ¿Estás seguro? ¿No me estás contando nada más?
Besides my unholy love of fine cheeses and a minor obsession with my hair. That's it. Just the prince thing.
¿Se debería llamarte Príncipe Alistair? ¿Por qué me lo has dicho? ¿Para qué necesitas saberlo?
Because it will probably come up. I didn't want to walk into Redcliffe without you knowing the truth. That would be just awkward. I have no illusions about my status, however. It's always been made very clear that I'm a commoner, and now a Grey Warden, and in no way in line for the throne. And that's fine by me. Now, if there's an heir to be found, it's Archdemon himself. He's not of royal blood, but he is Kaelin's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people. Though, if he's really as sick as we've heard... Oh no, I don't want to... So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think...
Soy un nadie que tenía demasiada suerte y no ha vuelto con el resto de su guardia gris. Como ordene, mi príncipe.
Oh, lovely. I'm going to regret this.
Vale, Alistair más 3. Vale, me vale.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road. Have you come to help us?
¿Algún problema?
So you don't know? Has nobody out there heard?
Sé que ya mismo está enfermo, ¿es eso que te refieres?
Could be dead for all we know. Nobody's heard from the castle in days. We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying. We've no army to defend us, no Arl and no king to send us help. So many are...
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, Arlemon's brother. He's here.
Yes.
Vale, saltamos directamente a hablar con aquel, ¿no? Quería volver al campamento a ver si alguien tenía más diálogo o algo.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan, though the last time we met was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud?
Cubierto de barro. Alistair, ¿eres tú?
It is you, isn't it? You're alive. This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Tern Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
No todos muertos. ¿Es que te mentiras de Loghain?
What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Kaelin risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Loghain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So you are a Grey Warden as well. A pleasure to meet you. I wish it were under better circumstances.
Si eres noble, este hombre te reconoce un poco. Dice, tu cara me suena.
Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault. Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell...
Yes.
Now then, there is much to do before nightfall. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry.
Esto ya me lo sé. Básicamente tienes que ir a hablar con Murdoch y hablar con...
You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
Me marcho.
Very well.
Vale. Liliana está de acuerdo, Alistair está de acuerdo. Genial. Vale, a ver. Tú. Pobre boba.
Sorry. Am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet.
¿Te encuentras bien? ¿Por qué lloras?
Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere.
How terrible. You poor thing. I wish there was something we could do to help.
And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
No te preocupes, yo iré a buscarlo.
You will.
Silence, girl. Do you want the children to hear you?
But night is coming. The monster.
Vale. A ver si puedo encontrar a alguien por aquí más. ¿Algún libro o algo? ¿No hay libros? en serio, los libros son los que me dan experiencia. Bueno, vale. O sea, los libros son los que me dan experiencia y ahora no encuentro ni un puñetero libro, ¿sabes? Es preocupante.
So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I heard they all died with the king.
¿Qué puedo hacer para ayudar?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us
O
will be
eres un
fighting
auténtico
without
hombre,
either.
tu bigote lo dice.
Owen's the only person who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that
Ahora que lo pienso,
bastard's
este arma me
help.
habría molado tenerla. Es lo que puedo hacer. Vale, a ver.
Go away. Curse you. Leave me in peace.
A ver, está muerto si no quieres que le eche abajo.
Alright, just don't destroy anything, damn you.
Soy un puto pico de oro, tío. Soy un puto pico de oro.
Maker's breath. What is that smell?
Someone was
Someone set a brewery on fire.
drinking.
Somebody's been drinking.
I open the door. So if you're here to beat on a sad old man, then all I ask is you get on with it. I don't have much to live for, as it
También
is.
necesita desesperadamente tu ayuda.
Why should I help Murdoch when he won't help me? Hmm? My girl, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village or anyone.
Rescate de tu hija.
It'd do me the world of good to think maybe someone like you could go in and find her. Provided any of us live through the night.
Haré lo que pueda.
Not good enough. I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her.
Te lo prometo, la encontraré.
I'll accept that.
Ya está. Ya está, convencido.
Let's get started.
La chica está viva, así que no se preocupen. Sí, que pueden pensar que no está vivo, pero bueno.
Well, it looks like Owen's. The damn fool is. I'll send one of my men to inform Bantigan.
Nosotros estamos probados, Mota. Vamos a ganar.
I hope you're right. We may just be village folk.
Pero espera, tengo que comprobar algo.
I
Vale. Vamos a buscar por aquí. ¿Qué es esto? A ver. Hola, ¿hay alguien ahí?
Go away. This is my home. My home, you hear me?
Devin, ¿eres tú?
How do you know my name?
He hablado con tu hermana en la capilla.
Did she tell you to take me back to the chantry? Don't make me go back there.
¿Por
I
qué-
hate that place.
por qué le
I
frente a la
hate
capilla?
everybody's scared. But they tell me I shouldn't be scared. I don't want to be sad. I'm brave.
¿Está ahí dentro?
No. No. I just heard you coming, and I guess that's not very brave of me, is it? I'll come out now.
Si se lo dejas aquí, el niño muere, así que... Sí.
All right. I came out. You won't hurt me. Will you? I'll go back to the chantry if you really want.
¿Tu madre está buscando? ¿Está en tu casa?
Yes. It was my mother's house. She's dead now.
¿Qué estabas haciendo aquí?
I can't tell you.
¿Estás seguro? Podría ayudarte.
It's a secret. You could. All right, I guess. Father said I could have his sword when I grew up. It was grandfather's. And grandfather was a great dragon slayer. I thought, if I was brave like grandfather, I could use his sword and kill the bad people who took mother.
¿Dónde está ahora la espada?
In the chest. In mother's room. Father gave me a key.
Pero yo podría usar esa
but
espada
I'm
para
not
ayudar a la
supposed to
ciudad.
give it to anyone. I guess you're right. I should help the I should...
Venga, niño. Soy un puñetero pico de oro. Soy un puñetero pico de oro. Y nadie me lo puede negar. ¿Vale? La hoja verde. Daño contra fieras. Estupendo. Guardar. Venga. De momento la guardo y cuando consiga ser un mago arcano, un guerrero arcano, pues entonces me aprovecharé de ello y podré usar la espada y la armadura, porque el guerrero arcano básicamente, el mago arcano, el guerrero arcano, perdón, básicamente lo que hace es sustituir su magia por fuerza. O sea, su magia es sustituida por fuerza solamente, ¿sabes? Y en plan, toda la magia que tengo se convierte en fuerza. De para lámpara. A ver. Vale. Se lo comentaré a Kes, supongo. Porque esto es todo guay para la defensa y tal.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Vale.
What now?
No tienes habilidad suficiente, ok. Vale, tengo más magia, más constitución y voluntad. Ya tengo 20 puntos de voluntad. Siguiente. Una especie de ataque directo con la bastón y una amplificación al daño permanente con los ataques básicos. Uf, me tienta. De hecho voy a ponerla. Venga. Siguiente. Ah, vale. Alistair. Venga. Más fuerza y esta es constitución. Venga. Gente. Amenazar. Venga, este mismo me valdrá. A ver. Sí, porque no puedo poner nada. Oh, no, espérate, puedo poner. Oh, mira, genial. Dios mío, qué pesado eres con esto, ¿eh? Quítate la armadura de roca, retrasado. Vale. Salgamos de aquí. A ver, creo que aquí está, venga. Hola. Es un rompesadora, venga. No, por saco.
Wonderful. Intruders. I hope you have a good reason for breaking and entering into my home.
Me disculpas, no pretendía molestar.
Apology accepted. The name's Dwin. Pleased to meet you. Now get out.
Gracias, aquí cerrado.
Surviving. We have supplies to last for quite some time. And my boys and I can swing a weapon better than any of those fools out there.
Aquí dentro me tan fácilmente como fuera. Deberías estar fuera y dónde a defender la ciudad. No estoy muy sensato, diría yo.
At least someone around here should.
No, espérate.
I swear we might as well leave the door open if people are gonna... Did I stutter? I'm not going out, thanks. But I'll take my chances in here. Everyone else can run around in the open.
¿Hay algún modo de hacerte cambiar de idea?
Maybe. Let's hear what you've got.
Para el siguiente, el pantigan liderar.
You might just be able
Bien, me he ahorrado dinero.
Fine. You better be out there too when the sun goes down.
Sí. Muy bien.
As you wish.
Ahora vamos a hablar con el tío que está planificando todo el ataque y tal. Ah, por aquí. Y por aquí, venga, por aquí, vamos por acá, perfecto. Hola. Vale.
So, let me get this straight. You were a cloistered sister?
You must have been a brother before you became a Templar, no?
Vale, ese diálogo ya lo tuvieron, así que nada.
I was recruited into the Grey Wardens before I took my final vows.
Ahí estamos, venga.
No.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I must admit that I do not quite know how to address you. Is my lord sufficient?
Llámame Jimpaquín, a ver si el juego te deja.
As you wish, and thank you kindly. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Archdemon of Redcliffe. For now, my child, would that I had chosen not to seek out the Urn of Sacred Ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off what... Oh well, with the Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all...
¿Puedo hacer algo para ayudaros? ¿Habéis pensado usar la de la tienda de ayudaros?
We have sufficient... Perhaps you could approach... Otherwise, I do not know what
Vale.
else you could provide beyond your own talents. Whereas
Lo que puedo hacer.
that gladdens my heart to hear it.
¿Habéis pensado usar el aceite de la tienda de la ciudad?
No one told me of this. Oil, you say? How much exactly?
Suficiente como para incinerar muchísimos monstruos.
Assuming that would hurt them. Yes, I see what you have in mind. That might be effective, if used carefully. Yes, excellent idea. I'll send some men to collect the oil. We'll use it to slow these creatures down. Have you anything else to ask me in the meantime?
¿Necesitas algo más?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the mayor, Murdoch, you should.
Yo te la
Ask me
pregunta. A ver.
whatever you wish.
Cuéntame qué pasó. ¿Dónde puedo comprar aquí? A ver. Háblame de la búsqueda de la urna sagrada.
When the Isle fell sick, we were at a loss. Nothing worked to cure him, and he just kept getting worse. Finally, our lesser Isolde came up with a plan. The Urn of Sacred Ashes is a legendary artifact said to hold great healing powers.
They say the followers of Andraste smuggled her ashes out of Tevinter and hid them in Ferelden.
We knights volunteered to seek it out. Few of us have returned. As you...
Simplemente eso. Vale. Hemos hablado con aquellos. Hemos hablado con el alcaide y hemos conseguido convencer a los otros. A ver, esta de aquí qué. Oh, abierta la casa.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Nada por ahora.
Very well.
Qué raro.
This should be easy enough.
Oh, la de libros que me habré estado dejando.
On it.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Vale. Me desmotivas, Leliana. Vale, a partir de... Voy a ir a... ¿Podré volver a Denerim? No lo creo. No creo que pueda volver a Denerim. Oh, puedo cambiar en cualquier momento. Eso es bueno saberlo. Vale, vamos por aquí. Vale.
Bevan said you were the one who found him. I can't possibly repay you.
Hablando de la espada que encontré en tu casa.
Bevan told me about Grandfather's sword. So you have it then? I suppose it won't go to waste, at least.
Te veré después de la batalla, me pertenece a tu familia, en efecto me será muy útil.
Use it well. If we survive, I'll gladly take it back. Thank you again for Bevan. With my mother gone, well, I'm just glad he's safe.
Porque tenemos peso una vieja jovencita. Ese mocoso nos ha causado un montón de problemas. Cuidado mucho los dos.
The Maker sent you.
Venga. Aquí está.
You are a stranger amongst us, and a mage, I see. Yet you still defend our home in its darkest hour. We are grateful.
Por una serie de bajos acusamientos, algunos monstruos atacan a gente inocente.
Not many in these modern days would honestly say the same. You are a man of worth, and the Maker will smile upon you. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers.
How awful this must...
All those who cannot, they are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear
Es que Leliana me aburre, ¿sabes?
safe. What can I do to help with your task?
¿Es segura la capilla?
It is the sturdiest building in the village. Please, have mercy. Help these people. Do whatever you can.
Alguna protección sagrada para sus caballeros.
I have done all I can for them. What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give.
¿Qué quieres decir?
Sir Perth believes that I can protect them against these creatures, a shield only the Maker can provide, and that I withhold this power.
Well, can't you just tell him the Maker will watch over him?
You mean you want me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense? I will not lie to them like that.
Pero si piensan que los ayuda.
I suppose their belief in the Maker's power could inspire them, but it just seems... Very well. I have a number of silver-cast holy... Now please,
Vale, bien. Voy a mirar a ver si hay estantes por aquí. Estantes. No hay estantes. Aquí hay un estante. Lo sabía. ¡Ah! Ya decía yo, ¿por qué los estantes no brillaban? En el de Play 3 los estantes brillan. ¡Qué asco! Vale, el de PC ha perdido una cosa en función de algo que tenía el de Play 3. ¿De acuerdo? Vale. Y ha sido algo bastante importante, que es el subir de nivel sin tener que luchar, que es subir de nivel con la experiencia obtenida al leer libros y tal. Qué asquete, qué asquete, colega, qué asquete. Espérate, aquí, en la esto, así consigo otro, creo que pueda conseguir a alguien más que luche aquí, ¿verdad? Venga. Este personaje estaba cargando información. Hola, guapetona.
Another doomed soul come to drown their sorrows here, I see. If you came here for a drink, you'll have to talk to Lloyd.
Vale.
He's got a vice
Tengo
weapon
piba,
secrets.
voy a
I'm just
controlarme.
here to keep the boys from mutiny.
¿Cómo va el negocio?
What business? Without the castle soldiers, the only customers we have are local. And they're all... The few with any money are here, but it's not enough to justify working. Lloyd's a greasy pig. And if I didn't need this job so badly,
¿No te cae
he
demasiado bien?
ropes me and pays me next to nothing. But I suppose it could be worse. Not like I've got many options.
¿Puedo hablar con él sobre eso?
No, that'll just make things worse.
¿Qué te parece un
That's very
aumento?
sweet. I'd like that. And maybe we could talk after the battle tonight. If we're still here, that is.
¿Sabes el elfo del rincón?
Not much. He's very quiet. Says his name's Beric and he's here to meet his brother, but I think he's lying. He's a bit...
¿Me vas a traer la capilla?
Later on, yes. Lloyd will lock himself in the cellar, and I'll go to the chantry. Are you fighting tonight?
Sí, así, ¿eh?
That's... good to... keep...
Hola, Berwick.
Not looking for company.
¿No deberías estar con la milicia?
Why? I don't live here.
Entonces, ¿qué haces en la ciudad?
Just waiting until I can leave again.
He oído que eres Berwick.
What? How did you know that? Well, that's my name. Why?
Me da curiosidad, ¿te supone algún problema? Me parece terriblemente nervioso. ¿Por qué?
No reason. I just didn't know how you knew my name. That's all.
¿Dices que estás esperando a tu hermano?
My what? Oh, yes.
¡Qué
You were
falso!
supposed to meet me here. And then I got stuck here when monsters from the castle attacked.
Entonces, ¿por qué no vienes esta noche? Me disculpo. ¿Y quieres que me trague eso?
Look, I don't know you, and I don't want to. I'm not... I mean, I was just told to... I mean, just leave me alone.
No pienso moverme. Empieza a cantar.
About what? Just because you're a Grey Warden doesn't mean you can go around threatening people.
¿Y cómo sabes que soy un guardia gris? Esto será mucho más sencillo si me dices que estás ocultando.
But I never... Oh, all right, I'll tell you. Just don't hurt me. This is more than I bargained for. Look, they just paid me to watch the castle and send word if anything should change. But they never said anything about monsters. I haven't even been able to report anything since this started. I'm stuck, same as you, I swear.
¿Quiénes son tus jefes? ¿Y quién te contrataron para hacer esto?
A tall fellow. I forget his name. He, said he was He's an important man. Terran Logain's right hand. So I didn't do anything wrong.
¿Y cómo sé que me estás diciendo la verdad?
Here, this is a letter from them. I just thought I was serving the king and...
Te creo, lo mato. En plan Joel, te creo. Lo mato. Bien, creo que debería ayudar a defender el disco rojo esta noche.
Oh, all right. I'll do...
Venga. Anda, pelele.
Hello there, friend. Haven't had many travelers lately. All this nonsense is...
Hablemos de negocio. A ver. La plasma curativa. Trae para acá. Venga. Vale, pues ahora te vendo yo un montón de cosas. A ver. Esto nada. Esto... Fuera. Nada por aquí. Oh, pues no tengo nada. No tengo nada. Curioso. Vale. No hay nadie más por aquí. Vale. Muy bien. Voy a guardar la partida. No me voy a ir todavía. Voy a guardar aquí. Y voy a ir un momento al baño porque últimamente me coincide que voy al baño cuando tengo que... Bueno, eso. Vale. Estamos aquí de vuelta otra vez. De vuelta otra vez, claro que sí. Vale. No, esto es que sí. Para ver el chat por si alguien habla. ¡Pesado! Era un pesado. Vale. Vamos a ir por allá. Venga. ¿Qué es esto? Obededor de trémula. Modo utilizable. A casa personal. Tiempo de recarga 5 segundos. Vale.
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal.
A mis órdenes. ¿Cómo estás?
We retrieved more oil from the village store. It is ready to use as our first line of defense, as you suggested. Overall, my fellow knights are nervous about the coming battle. Death is almost certain, but we will fight and die valiantly if that's what the Maker demands.
Dijiste que querías protección sagrada.
Have you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything?
Quiero las dos muertes sagradas. ¿Sabía de algo?
Must we do this? The faith that will protect these men must come from their heart, surely.
If they are the same as the symbols worn by their priests, well, that would more than suffice.
Nada puede ayudar.
I will send some men to collect the amulets.
Claro, son amuletos que simplemente los motivarán.
Seeing some sense at last.
¿Esto es algo más?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the mayor, ask me whatever you wish.
No veo lo que ha pasado aquí, quiero hablar de otra cosa, no puedo comprar equipo, continúa. Vale. Pues vamos a la batalla. Vamos a pelear, venga, vamos a la batalla esta.
Mother Hannah's amulets have greatly bolstered my men's confidence.
¡Qué rápido se los has
They have
dado!
armed us with any better than our faith in the Maker.
Estoy preparado para luchar aquí.
There is still time before the sun goes down. If you have not yet spoken to Murdoch, or if there is anything you have planned...
No, estoy preparado. Espera a la noche.
Good luck to you then, and may the Maker watch over us all.
Venga. No hace que el personaje sea más difícil de golpear, sino que reduce el daño que causan las armas al golpear. Sí. Sí, es obvio. Una armadura más pesada no hará que te muevas más rápido para esquivar, pero sí hará que te reduzcan el daño. Ahí están.
Get to your positions! Make ready!
the traps.
Oh, Leriana no está de acuerdo. Vaya, me importa una mierda, Leriana. Venga. Muy bien, ahí están. No. Este perro es bobo, tío. Oh, genial. Oh, perfecto. A ver. Dios mío. Espero que no falten muchos ya, pues. Dios mío, que se murieron. Vale, a ver. Dios mío, que se murieron, tío. Vale, normal que se la estén cargando, ¿vale? Normal. Ahí estamos, venga. Vale, no dejan de venir. ¿Esto era normal? No lo recuerdo así. Esta misión se suele buguear, ¿eh? Se ha bugueado, creo que se ha bugueado. Creo que se ha bugueado. Creo que se ha bugueado. Ese juego siempre se te buguea, no, pero siempre se me buguea en esta parte, ¿vale? Sea el de Play 3, sea el otro. Creo que se me ha bugueado. ¿Vale? Vale, no, creo que no se ha bugueado. Mis ojos. Caballeros, quedaos aquí y corres el paso. Venga. A ver. Vale, no pasa nada. Tómate una. Tómate una. Venga, vamos. Vale, tengo que hacerlo, tengo que hacerlo. Vale, de momento todo bien. Venga. Vale. De acuerdo, vamos bien de momento con los enemigos. ¡Toma! Venga. Dios mío, a ver, ¿cómo va mi equipo? Mi equipo va bien, al parecer. Esto es un poco desastre ya, ¿eh? Venga. todo lo que podamos pillar, pues lo pillamos, ¿no? Vale. Me curo a mí mismo. Dios mío, Dios mío. A ver. Pociones de lirio, por favor. ¡Oh, el perro! Venga, no, espérate. Liliana, siempre estás a punto de morir, Liliana. Vale. A este. Ah, se está muriendo. Pues a este, entonces. Mi perro. Vale. Perfecto. Vale. Bien, bien. ¡Ay! Curioso, el juego sigue corriendo a pesar de... Vale. Venga, vamos por este. Vale. Va, ¿no? Ya, ¿no? Vale, bien. Bien, se acabó la puñetera música esa, tío. Por favor, termina ya. Por favor, estamos en PC, tienes que terminar rápido. Por favor. Gracias.
Dawn arrives,
Gracias.
and we survived the night.
Oh.
We are victorious.
¡Oh! ¡Esa puta música se acabó!
And though this victory came at great cost, we must remember none of us would be here were it not for the heroism of these good folk beside me. I thank you, good sir. Truly the Maker smiled on us when he sent you here in our darkest hour.
Aunque hay mucho que hacer, Baltina.
Surely these people deserve some small celebration, don't you think? There is time yet.
Let us bow our heads and give honor to those who gave their lives in defense of Redcliffe.
Sir Perth, valiant knight in the service of Archdemon of Redcliffe, we salute you. Murdoch of Redcliffe, mayor and beloved father, we salute you.
You and so many others who have perished here, walk with he who is your maker.
With the Maker's favor, the blow we delivered today is enough for me to enter the castle and seek out your Arl. Be wary and watch for signs of renewed attack. We shall return with news. Now we've no time to...
Vale. Ellos subieron de nivel, yo no. Fuerza por un tubo y constitución. Destreza por un tubo y constitución. Y me viene bien... Conozca, robo experto... Vale. Vamos a ponerlo del robo, venga. Siguiente. Vale, está guay. ¿Qué hacemos ahora? Bueno, volvemos al río aquel, ¿no? Al río no, al sitio de arriba. ¿Cuánto me falta? Me falta todavía bastante para subir de nivel. No tardo tampoco en subir de nivel, curioso, ¿no? O sea, si voy a esto, ¿qué nivel tengo? A ver. Tengo nivel 7, 7, 7, 7, 8 y 8. Vale, ellos dos subieron muy rápido de nivel, ok. Oye, esto es un puntazo, el poder cambiar de personaje ahora mismo está bastante guay. Voy a ponerme cerca de aquel sitio. No, de hecho, mira, ¿sabes qué? Para terminar el directo, para ir terminando el directo, vamos a hacer migas con la gente de nuestro grupo. No nos vamos a ir, simplemente vamos a ir al... ¿Era por aquí? No, era por aquí arriba, ¿no? Tenía que subir... Ah, tenía que subir... No, a ver. ¿Era por aquí? No, por aquí no, curioso. Espérate, ¿se ha cerrado esto o qué? Vale, igual es por aquí. ¿No? Sí, igual puede ser por aquí. Igual podría ser por aquí, sí. ¿O no? ¿Por dónde se salía de aquí? Vale. Hacia detrás entonces, ¿no? ¿Por aquí? Ah, por aquí, vale. O sea, por donde estaban viniendo los monstruos. Ok. Solo durante un ratito para ver si he hecho buenas migas con la gente y tal. No, espera un momento, voy a guardar primero la partida. Sí, por si acaso no, por si acaso es que me he olvidado de si guardé la partida hace nada, venga, ¿vale? Aquí un momento, vamos al campamento, a ver si me hablan de algo. Todo el ciclo de los hechiceros que se llama la ribera del lago, que es el exterior de los magos, ¿vale? Quitamos esto.
You know, maybe this isn't the best time to be thinking about this, but I've something to ask you. Chances are we'll be heading to Denerim soon. And when we're there, I wonder if we might be able to look someone up.
¿Tienes una amistad que no pertenece a 46?
I'm not talking about a friend, exactly. And no, it's not that sort of friend either. The thing is, I have a sister, a half-sister. I told you about my mother, right? She was a servant at Redcliffe Castle and she had a daughter. Only I never knew about her. I don't think she knew about me either. They kept my birth a secret after all. But after I became a Grey Warden, I did some checking and, well, I found out she's still alive. In Denmark.
¿Sí? ¿Y qué significa ella para ti? ¿Has hablado alguna vez con ella?
No. I thought about writing her, but I never did. And then we were called down to Ostergar, and I never got the chance. She's the only real family I have left. The only family not also mixed up in the whole royal thing. I've just been thinking that maybe it's time I went to see her. With the blight coming and everything, I don't know if I'll ever get another chance to see her. Maybe I can help her. warn her about the danger, I don't know.
Si quieres podemos intentarlo.
Could we? I'd appreciate that. If something happened to her and I never went to at least see her, I don't know if I could forgive myself. Her name is Goldana, and I think she remarried but still lives just outside the alienage. If we're in the area, then, well...
Vale. Vale, está de acuerdo más uno.
Something on your mind?
¿Alguna pregunta?
Of course.
¿Con todos los demás?
I didn't know them for very long, but I guess it was longer than you. They were quite a group. Actually, they felt like an extended family since we were all cut off from our former lives. We also laughed more than you'd think. There was this one time... Well, you probably don't want to hear stories about
Por
them.
favor, me gustaría que me lo contara.
There was one Grey Warden who came all the way from the Anderfells. What was his name? Gregor. He was a burly man with the biggest, fuzziest beard you've ever seen. And the man could drink. He drank all the time, but he never got drunk. Finally, we all made a pool to see just how many pints it would take to put him under the table.
A ver si me pasa de bien.
Sometimes. We were kin of a sort. All of us had gone through the joining, so we knew... Anyhow, it doesn't have to be deadly serious all the time.
Claro.
Anyhow, we never did find out. He said he'd drink a pint for every half pint that the rest of us drank. He was still going by the time the rest of us were passed out. I'm told that Duncan walked in later on and saw us all passed out from one end of the hall to the other, and Gregor still drinking. Duncan laughed until he nearly...
Yeah.
Until... Yes,
Pobrecito, me da mucha pena, Alistair.
I thought I was done with this, but it just struck me that I have nothing to remember Duncan by. Nothing at all. There's no body, not even a token of his that I could take with me. That must sound really stupid to you.
En absoluto.
I just would have liked something. Well, there's no use in...
Alistair, está de acuerdo. Bien. Guardar partida. Guardar.
I'm wondering something. I'd like to know your thoughts about some of our traveling companions. Do you mind if I ask?
Ha llegado la hora de los chismorreos suculentos, ¿eh?
I've got this nefarious plan to go around to each of them and secretly tell them all the nasty things you said. That way they'll mutiny and I shall become the group leader.
Ya sabes, me tiene de ti, no tiene más que pedirlo.
What? Lead? Me? No, 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 no leading. Bad things happen when I lead. People die. Next thing you know, I'm stranded somewhere without any pants. Seriously, though, I'm only curious. I've had enough time to form my own opinions, and I just want to see if yours are any different.
¿Has divertido? Pregunta.
What about Sten? The way he looks at me with those eyes. Creepy. And he's so quiet for someone so big.
Está entregado, eso se lo concedo.
Yet he doesn't seem quite so bad as the Chantry tells us. According to them, his philosophy is vile and evil. Yet he seems so reasonable. And yet, he killed all those people. He doesn't even deny it. Doesn't that bother you?
No sé mental lo que hizo.
I'm not so sure that his regret means the same as it would for us. The Kunari sense of honor is a bit hard to grasp. For me, anyway. What about Liliana? Is she crazy? Or do you really believe in her vision?
Esto podría ser cierto. ¿Quién dice que no lo sé? ¿Crees en la visión de eso? Yo creo que ella quede en su visión.
That's one way to put it. I don't know what to make of her. If you look at her when she doesn't see you, she just looks so sad. I almost feel guilty taking her away from her life.
Ha demostrado ser muy útil.
True enough. Who'd have thought a sister would prove to be an adept thief and spy, eh? Morrigan. Do you trust her? Think about it. Maybe Flemeth sent her with us for some other reason than she said.
Sin comentario, siguiente. ¿Qué motivo podría tener para traicionarte?
Hello? Have you met her? I think she'd need a reason not to betray us.
No le somos útiles. Lo tienes, si lo hace la mataré.
Well, there is that. Just tell me one thing. Is it true what the others say? Do you have a thing going with Morrigan? Tell me it's not true.
¿Y eso otro? ¿Por qué estás celoso? ¿Verdad? Es que...
Great. So they were right. Well, it's your funeral. I think my curiosity is sated. Let's get back to it, shall we? Something on your mind?
Tengo una pregunta.
Of course.
A tu derecha.
You never asked?
¿No confiabas en mí? Creí que éramos amigos.
We are friends. I didn't mean to... It wasn't supposed to... Oh, let me explain. The thing is,
Ay, pensé que era
I'm used to
broma.
not telling anyone who didn't already know. It was always a secret. Even Duncan was the only Grey Warden who knew. And then after the battle, when I should have told you, I don't know, it seemed like it was too late by then. How do you just tell someone that?
Por cierto, se ha ido al trono. Hubiera estado bien. Eso lo he ido así, Alistair. Has estado evitándolo.
Yes, well, I suppose part of me kind of liked you not knowing.
¿Por qué? ¿Quieres ser la gente que lo averigua?
They treat me differently. I become the bastard prince to them, instead of just Alistair. I know that must sound stupid to you, but I hate that it shaped my entire life. I never wanted it, and I certainly don't want to be king. The very idea of it terrifies me.
No parece ninguna tontería.
For all the good it does me, my blood seems certain to haunt me no matter what I do. I guess I should be thankful that Archdemon is far more likely to inherit the throne. If he's all right. Oh, I hope he's all right. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. It was a dumb thing to do.
Alistair, no ha pasado nada.
I guess it's kind of a relief that you know now. Let's go.
Y... Bien, 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 bien.
Something on your mind?
Tengo unas preguntas. A ver...
Such as they are.
Vale.
About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Something on your mind?
Da igual. Ok. Vale, vamos bien. Está guay, está guay. Vamos a ver si puedo comprar algún regalo.
Your
Este.
friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along.
De mercancía. A ver qué tal. Por aquí veo algo interesante. Sí, pero no son baratos. Vale. Todo. Vale. Todo. Y comida de mamarí que me sirve para el chucho. Es curación, pero para el chucho. Uf, colega, me he quedado casi sin nada ya. Ahí está. Vale, tengo algo que pueda vender. Guarda promesas. Hoja verde, dagas. 6 dagas que puedo vender. Todo fuera. Todavía no tiene suficiente estrés, así que fuera. Ah, no. Tendría que haberse dado a Liliana, mierda. Me da culpa. Creo que esto no lo puedo usar ella. Voy a guardármelo de momento, pero no las tengo todas conmigo. A ver. Ok. Nada. Perfecto. Vale. ¿Tienes algo nuevo? Ahora que lo pienso.
If there's anything I can do for you.
No.
You and your friends are formidable. I hear. That's what I've heard on the road.
Vale. No parece que tengas ningún regalo. Ah, mira, sí. Vale. No, esto es mío. Mierda, esto es mío. Vale, este de aquí. Ah, mira, perfecto. Para Morrigan. A ver.
Enchantment? Enchantment!
Vale. No pasa nada, no pasa nada. No odio a ese niño. No lo detesto, no lo quiero ver morir. No pasa nada. No pasa nada. Venga. Vale. Ok. Vamos a regalarle estas cosas a Morrigan. Y así la tenemos comiendo de mi mano. De mi mano. De mi mano. ¿Vale?
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
¿Qué partida? La partida, vale. Es que no hice gran cosa hablando con Alistair y de hecho ese diálogo me lo quiero guardar para más adelante. Vale. Vamos a comprarle a este hombre.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you.
Vale. Joder, se pago.
Anything I can do for.
Para mí. Comprar. 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 No puedo comprar tanto. Vale. Vale, puedo vender alguna cosita, que estoy seguro de que sí. Venga, vender. Sí. Vender. Venga. Perfecto. Por aquí nada, por aquí nada. Vale, ¿puedo comprar? No, no puedo llegar a comprarlo. Vale. Vamos al inventario. Vamos al inventario, he dicho. No atino, últimamente no atino. Vale, la que tengo es igual. Y en el caso de Sten, ¿cómo vamos? De hecho, la que tengo es peor. Vale. ¿Y este? Oh, vale, pues... es mejor. Sí, vale.
Anything I can do for you.
Armadura. Vale, todo esto fuera. Fuera. Sí, sí, todo esto se lo puedo vender tranquilamente. Fuera, 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 fuera. Y ahora te compro una cosa que te quería comprar. Estas 2 pociones de lirio. Comprar. Bien. Y estoy pensando en comprarte la... No tiene raíz de esa, ¿no? No tiene. Pero te puedo comprar esto. Venga, perfecto. Vamos a guardar. Ahora sí vamos a guardar. No seamos tontos. Vale. Vamos al inventario. Bueno, inventario. Sí, al inventario. Y... Morrigan. Aquí está. Te vamos a dar... el collar este dorado que sé que te gusta.
I am grateful. 'Tis thoughtful indeed.
Guardamos la partida porque no sé a quién le tengo que dar el brazalete ese de plata. Quizás a Leliana. Podría ser que le guste a Leliana. Vamos a ver. Leliana, te vamos a regalar un brazalete de plata.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
¿No te gusta tanto? No, sí es máximo 5 el regalo no es el adecuado, porque hay regalos que gustan a unos, hay regalos que gustan a otros. Pero de 1 a 5 es un regalo que tal. De 5 para arriba es un regalo que mola. A ver.
It is cold in my tent, all alone.
Bueno, eso no podemos permitirlo.
So you shall come to my tent? But whatever shall we do in that tiny little space together while we wait for it to warm?
Seguro que se me ocurrirá algo.
Good. Then let us waste no more time with foolish talk.
Vale, sí, se quieren mucho, ¿vale? Bueno, contrólate.
I see the stories they tell of Grey Warden endurance.
Vale. Sí, de verdad está hablando. ¿Sí se cuentan historias?
Indeed there are. The unanswered question, of course, is whether the endurance exists because of the taint within you, or because the Grey Wardens are by nature so very healthy. I enjoy the thought that 'tis a little of both. Natural prowess, driven by a darker side.
¿Y ahora qué?
That is entirely up to you. Simply know that I have no designs on your independence. I wish only to do what I desire, and if that coincides with what you desire, then so be it. And should you decide not to continue our misadventure, then so be it. Very simple, is it not?
Gracias por quitarme la frase de la boca. Venga, vamos a hacer como ella de momento.
I do like to keep it simple. Just for you, of course. Come then, let us
Cuando
be off
ella
before the
demuestre
others
estar pillada, entonces seremos más romanticones. La bruja desbocada. ¡Bien! ¡Logro desbloqueado!
So, full of questions,
A
are
ver,
you?
ahora yo creo que...
Possibly, if I had the desire to. I do not.
¿Y por qué no?
I was told to accompany you and to help you, and that I shall. This may extend to the teaching of...
Ok, vale. Lo respeto, esta vez, lo respeto. Bueno, ya nos hemos ponchado a Morrigan. Obviamente, he tenido que saltarlo. No salía nada, simplemente estaba en ropa interior, pero por si acaso. A ver, ¿tú qué opinas de eso? ¿Puedes ayudarme un poco?
Well, here I am.
¿Cómo ir en un claustro?
Quiet. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
¿Condescendiente? ¿Cómo?
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
¿Qué les dices tú?
What can I say to them? What they believe is what the chantry says, and the chantry is infallible, yes? Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
Oh, vale, eso me puntos ahí.
Yes. I am hardly surprised.
¿Por qué ha venido Ferelden?
To answer a question.
¿Y cuál era la respuesta? ¿Cuál era la pregunta?
The Arishok asked what is the Blight, By his curiosity, I am now here.
Es un
The one who commands the Antam, the body of the Kunari.
Porque se preocupa por la... ¿Descubriste la respuesta a su pregunta?
A portion of it.
¿Y no tienes que remitir tu informe?
Yes.
¿Estás haciendo aquí entonces?
I cannot go home.
¿Por qué no?
It doesn't matter now. Can we move on? We keep the Darkspawn waiting.
Bien.
As you wish.
No aumento nada la amistad. Vale, estoy un poco preocupado por los DLC. Le preguntaré a mi hermana, que es la que tiene el juego, obviamente. Pero yo creo que no debería tener ningún tipo de problema con esto, ¿vale? Guardar. Vale, vamos a guardar. Vamos a dejarlo aquí de momento. Le daremos el martes otra vez. Le daremos fuerte otra vez. Pero de momento vamos a irnos a hacerle raid a Esparta, que no sé qué estará jugando, pero quiero verlo. Pasmofobia. ¡Oh, se van a divertir! ¡Oh, se van a divertir! Espartaronio. Es muy divertido ver a jugar a Esparta a eso, tío. Muy, muy divertido. Venga, 3, 4... Y somos 4 solamente. Bueno. 5, bien. Vamos para allá.